Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Saturday night session of the Victorian State Age Championships. Welcome alongside me, Nick.
Nice to be here again for day 2, Tim.
Yeah, it should be a good night, mate. We've briefly spoken a little bit before about some state records broken last night. Hopefully we'll see a few more tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it. We've got a great finals night of action with some 100 freestyles, some 200 freestyles, some 100 butterflies.
Some good events.
Yeah. Look, that good combination that you always get in an age championship.
And also 100 IM. I can see that's in there, the best event of the program. And 100 freestyle up first here. I'm just having a look at that state record held by Stone Mar at 52.7 at 13. It's insanely quick, and it would be good to see what these boys can do here tonight. Maybe some possibly under 55s, 56, 55 lows.
In lane 0 we have William. In lane 1 we have Max. Lane 2 we have Darwin. In lane 3 we have Adonis. In lane 4 we have Harry. In lane 5 we have Archie. Lane 6 Zachary. 7 Aston. In lane 8 George. And in lane 9 Eli.
And it's pretty even across the first 25 there. It might be lane 3 Tarwin Prahom slightly in front, but you could pick any one of these guys here. Maybe lane 7 here as well. It might be Aston. We have a look at the touch.
Adonis is
first,
followed by Aston. And Aston looked like he did come off the wall the best, but starting to move through over in lane 2 is Darwin.
Darwin Prahom here. Out to 27.4 the boys there, so out pretty fast.
Adonis still holds a slight lead, but it's a race in 6.
I think Darwin Prahom is starting to really push back now in lane 2, except so in the middle of the pool, Harry Heath.
25. Harry swum over the top of them, is going to take this out in a time of 56.08.
Right, there you go.
Ahead of Darwin and Adonis in third. Fantastic last 25 from Harry.
Really well raced there by Harry Heath. He controlled that first 25 and that first 50, and he back-ended it really well.
Similar to how he's raced yesterday, some really strong finishes to his races.
He wasn't the first out, but he came home. Well, it says Harry Heath first to fourth here. He's done it all. So we spoke a bit about Lily Kosh yesterday, Nick, breaking the record of that 100-metre breaststroke. Qualified in lane 6 here in this 100 freestyle.
In lane 0, Arabella Tomlinson. In lane 1, Katie Govert-Page. In lane 2, Allegra Gottino. In lane 3, Alana McDuff. In lane 4, Annie Steele. Swimming in lane 5 will be Sophie Jacker. Both of those two girls have had fantastic swims so far. Lily Kosh, as we were speaking about before, in lane swim. In lane 7, we've got Abby Hogg. Lane 8, Elizabeth Mack. And in lane 9, from DVE, Rihanna Chen. So our 13-year-old girls 100 freestyle final.
And Annie Steele, the only one qualifying under that minute time there in a 59.4. But I think you'd expect in a final, so maybe 2 or 3 of these girls will possibly be going under that minute mark. Looks to be a good start there in lane 5, Sophie Jacker.
Lily Kosh leads through the first 15. Also swimming well down here
Annie
in lane
Steele
8 is
looks
Elizabeth
like she'll
Mack.
lead through the turn.
So Annie Steele just ahead of Elizabeth Mack, with Lily Kosh in third through that opening 25. Annie Steele has opened up to about half a body length lead as we approach this 50-metre turn, with Lily Kosh moving into second place, just ahead of Alana McDuff.
28.2, so she's out relatively quick. About half a body length lead here at that first 50.
She's extended out to almost a body length through this third 25. Lily Kosh starting to make her move and close it down to about half a body length at that turn. Those two are well clear of the field, with Alana McDuff holding on for third.
Sophie Jacker finishing pretty strong, though, alongside there in lane 5. She's coming, but I think Annie Steele's going to hang on and take this one out here. And she'll be comfortably under that minute mark. There you go, 58.3. So 58.3 takes it out. 58.99 for Sophie Jacker, and Alana McDuff in third in a 59.53. So there you go. 3 girls under that minute mark, which is a sign of a very fast final. So event 56 now. The boys 14-year-old 200-metre freestyle. Lane 0, Tom Urquhart from Horsham. Lane 1, Charles Snare from Ballarat. Lane 2, James Gagano from Camberwell. Lane 3, Toby Callaghan from MLC. Lane 4, Tian Berger from Nunawading. Lane 5, George Huang from Surrey Park. Lane 6, Nicholas Carnes, Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 7, Harvey Nathaniels from Maccabi. Lane 8, Jack Moran from Tiger Sharks. And in lane 9, Alec O'Brien from Geelong Swimming Club.
Moving from the speed of the hundreds to opening evening to more of that middle distance in this 200. So it's really important about getting his pacing right.
One of our favourite events to watch, the 200 freestyle.
So we're looking for these boys to get out nice and fast but relax in this first 50.
Great start there from Nicholas Carnes, I think it was, in lane 6. As we're coming down this first turn, I think it will be Carnes leading through that first turn.
Yeah, really good opening 25 and worked that first turn as well. In lane 4, moving into second, Tian Berger, and has probably moved up alongside Nicholas as we approach.
I think he'll lead through at the turn, actually.
Turning through in a 26.76.
Out nice and quick.
Now the challenge of these second, third and fourth 50s is trying to keep them as even as you can.
I think as well, you can see that Tian Berger's looking really nice and efficient here. His stroke rate's not too high, but he's still out going quick but comfortable.
So
and he's starting to increase his lead here.
Body length leads. And
George Huang's starting to move through there in lane 5.
George and Nicholas neck and neck with Toby.
Toby Callaghan
battle
still
second.
There. Yeah, so we'll be George Huang now into second at the 57. Tian Berger, a solid lead though, 2 seconds at that 100 mark, out to 55.
So he got that 29 second in that for that second 50. Was able to hold that speed a little bit better than the boys around him. Let's see if he can repeat another 29 second in this all-important third 50.
Really good turn there also by Tian Berger. You see that streamline off the wall. He went past the flags. So George Huang comfortably into second place now. But this is Tian Berger's to lose from here.
So 30.0 there. But he's still comfortably ahead. Good third 50 from George. Has moved comfortably clear of the other boys who were fighting for second. And Toby looks like he has now moved into that bronze medal position. Yep.
Well, I mean, Tian Berger's led this from start to finish, really, apart from that first 25, and he's accelerating there. You can see he's really brought the legs in this last 25. He's going to finish strong, keep his head down. Let's see the time here. 1:55.1, that's quick. George Huang there in second to 1:57.92, followed by Toby Callaghan taking out third to 2:00.69.
Our next event on the program will be event 57, the girls 14 years, 200 metre 50 freestyle. But before we get there, we'll head to our medal ceremony. So this is the 13-year-old boys 100 freestyle medal ceremony. So that was Harry Heath taking out the state title, with Tharwin in silver medal and Adonis in third.
I think we saw in that first, the boys 200 freestyle, taking out hard is the key, really, isn't it? Hard but comfortable. And I think these girls the girls 14-year-old 200 freestyle now have to do the exact same thing, taking it out hard but comfortable, not leaving their run too late.
So we're now moving on to the medal ceremony for event 55, the girls 13 years 100 metre freestyle. Our state champion and winner of the gold medal is Annie Steele. In second place, the winner of the silver medal was Sophie Jacker from Melbourne Swimming Club. In third place, from representing Haileybury, Alana McDuff. So congratulations to those girls.
One of those girls there.
now moving on to that final of event 57, the girls 14 years, 200 metre freestyle. In lane 0, we have Sarah Cartel. In lane 1, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Eliza Houghton. In lane 2, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Nell Pete. In lane 3, from MLC, Charlie Stuggelberg. In lane 4, from Geelong, Brooke Briscoe. In lane 5, from MLC Aquatic, Judy Hussain Naam. In lane 6, from Nuttawading, Alicia Clark. In lane 7, from Wodonga City, Faith Delaney. In lane 8, from Haileybury, Jennifer Lane. And in lane 9, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Vasilissis Seminits. So a really good field here in this girls 14 years 200 freestyle.
I was going to say, Brooke and Judy just 0.3 separated them this morning in the heats. So
both under that 210 barrier.
Mark. Yeah.
We'll see if anyone else can join them.
There is a bit of a gap between that second to third placing. So we're underway here. Looks to be...
And as in all the races so far, Nell Pete is the early leader underwater, but it's now moving into the swimming component. It does look like Charlize and Brooke have moved into the lead.
Yeah, it looks like Brooke might be just settling in now. I think she's going to lead through this first 50. The handy lead. I think Charlize might be still in second, you would have thought at this stage. So coming down the turn.
And swimming well down in lane number 7 is Faith Delaney. She also turns in fourth, just behind Nell Pete.
So how good's that to see, though, that 6 or 7 girls under 30 in that first 50. So they're attacking the first 50, which is what we want to see.
And now it's about keeping that pressure on.
Yeah,
so
as
you saw, we had a lot of our athletes nice and close to each other, and this is where the difference is made in this middle 100s. And Brooke has extended her lead out to half a body length.
Yeah, it's a handy lead, isn't it? Charlize is staying with her, though. I think she's still in second place here, that she is, turning into 102.1.
And it's an incredibly tight battle for third, with 4 or 5 athletes within half a second of each other.
Well, this is the premiership quarter, the third 50. This is the one that really matters, and I think Brooke Briscoe is making her move now.
She's now out to a body length and a half lead as we move through the 125-metre turn. Charlize is still holding on to second, but now challenging her is Judy in lane 5.
Yeah, I'd say that Judy's probably going to be up into second place here coming into this final 50. She's had a really good third 50. She has caught up to Brooke a little bit here, but I think she might have left her run probably a little bit too late.
Yeah, so 1:33 is a very quick time through that 150.
Yeah, it's
and
really
looking like
fast.
we're going to swim miles under that time as she swam in the heats. And Judy has moved clear into second. Charlize is trying to respond and just half a body length behind. Also swimming well, Nell Pete and Eliza Houghton in lane 2 and lane 1 respectively.
Judy is finishing really strong here, though, in lane 5. She's probably going to run out of room, but Brooke Briscoe is going to hang on and take it out.
Watch
there.
Nell Pete coming home for the bronze, though. So Brooke Briscoe takes it out. Judy in second.
Yeah,
and Nell coming home.
2:10.3. How about that, though? Brooke and Judy have gone well under 2:10 there, 2:06 and 2:08. So both PBing again and easily under 2:10.
And we had a number of our athletes swim 2-3 seconds faster than they swam in this morning's session.
Style. All right, so in lane 0 for event 58, boys 15-year-old 100 freestyle, Jake Ridley. In lane 1, Dmitry Sokurlatov from Western Aquatic. Lane 2, Campbell Wilson Moran. In lane 3, Ethan Ravensdale from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 4, Ashley Nichols from Terrelgan. Lane 5, Ethan Jones from HC Swimming Club. Lane 6, Felix Dressel de Bruin from Melbourne Swimming Club. Lane 7, Jack Gibson from MLC. Lane 8, Oscar Cruzberger from Albury North Laventon Swimming Club. And in lane 9, Thomas Smith from Geelong Swimming Club. So 100 freestyle. Let's just look at that Victorian age record there, Nick. A big name.
One of our former leaders of our Dolphin swimming team.
Yeah, Alex Graham, bronze medalist at the Olympics.
50.19. I'd be very impressed if the boys got close. Ashley swam a fantastic 50 freestyle. Ashley Nichols last night.
Great start, for Ashley Nichols.
Let's see if he can use that speed through that first 50 to carry himself out nice and fast, and he has done that through the opening 25.
Great start, wasn't it? And a good turn off the wall as well. You can see he broke out off past the flags, in past that wash.
Both Ethan Jones and Ethan Ravensdale not letting him get away, though.
24-7 at the first 50.
It's a good turn, coming up half a body length lead, and he looks like he's trying to extend it down this third 25, as the battle for second is very tight between the two Ethans.
Yeah, I mean, it's a battle for second here between those two, because Ashley Nichols is really accelerating. But over here, yeah, in lane 8, Kreuzberger. He's finishing strong.
It will be Ashley Nichols taking it out in 50.94.
He wasn't far
ahead
off.
Of Ethan Jones, with Ethan Ravensdale being the second Victorian, and Oscar. No, Oscar is a visitor, so it will be for the third Victorian. It will be Felix Dressel de Bruyne.
Yeah, mind you, he was only 0.7 off Alex Graham's record there. 50.9. He's gone.
Fantastic swim.
That is an awesome swim. But you thought you were going to be surprised if someone got close to it. He got pretty close. How good was that back end as well? Out at 24-7, and he's come back in probably a 25-2 there, if my maths is correct.
It was
25-4.
Very well constructed swim. So we're currently just doing our event 56 presentations for the boys 14 years 200 metre freestyle, which Tian Berger took out, as all the boys are on the podium getting their medals.
And George, give us a good thumbs up there. Well on there, George.
So we're now moving on to our medal ceremony for event 57, which was our girls 14 years 200 metre freestyle. It's that fantastic swim from Brooke to take out the state title.
Not sure where the other girls are from that race, though.
So a number of these athletes have a number of events tonight.
Yeah,
and
so
the reason why we're trying to have these quick turnarounds for the medal ceremonies is to allow them to get back in the cool-down pool and get ready for the next race.
It is. But tell you what, it's really nice to see medal presentations again, though. I know the last couple of years with COVID, we haven't been able to have these presentations, but I think in the moment, you want to represent the swimmer who's won and, or won a medal. Get up there on the podium in front of the crowd to show off their medal. Yeah,
it's fantastic. And I really like the way they've done it. They decided to sort of do a few events, and a few presentations.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Keep the night moving, but also make sure we acknowledge the fantastic achievements.
Exactly right.
So we're now moving on to event 59, the girls' 15 years 100 metre freestyle. In lane 0, Ashley Dunn. In lane 1, Alicia Spears. In lane 2, Jessica Wilson. In lane 3, Amelia Bulick. In lane 4, Giselle Davey. In lane 5, Greta Saville. In lane 6, Skylar Hay. In lane 7, Andrea Tolentino. In lane 8, Tali Gant. And in lane 9, Greta Knapp.
Well, Giselle Davies definitely the one to beat in this one, but Greta Saville will probably be looking to try and take it up to her in this. And we know that Giselle Davies, we've seen her race, always takes that pretty hard.
Yeah, she took out the 50 last night and also put a really good swim together in the 400 freestyle in the morning session on Friday.
Shows how versatile she is, doesn't it?
Yeah, she will lead through this opening underwaters.
Great start by Andrea Tolentino. Over here in lane 7, closest to us, but I think Giselle Davies is going to take it through that first 25.
Andrea in second, with Emily in third through that first 25. Also swimming well next to Andrea is Skylar Hay. And Skylar has probably moved through to second position as we move through to that 50-metre turn.
What a great first 50.
Giselle leads 26.94 ahead of Skylar, with Greta Saville in third.
Now, out at 26.9, she went 57.9 this morning. I'd expect her to be coming back pretty fast here. Probably well under that 30
Still got
mark.
8 metres off that last turn, so really use those dolphins. Skylar Hay is comfortably in second. The battle for third is nice and tight, but Giselle will take this out in 55.71 ahead of Skylar. And Greta coming into third in a 58.0.
Yeah, 55.
Just 0.02 seconds ahead of Emily for fourth.
It was a great back end too. Controlled it still. well under that 30 seconds mark in that second 50. Alrighty, event 60, the boys 16-year-old 100-metre butterfly. In lane 0, Joshua Carnes from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 1, Harvey Lark from Melbourne Vic Centre. Lane 2, Daniel Chivatarese from Surrey Park. Lane 3, Lachlan Elgin from Albury North Lavington. Lane 4, Joshua Wilkinson from Geelong Swimming Club. Lane 5, Mitchell Stewart from Surrey Park. Lane 6, Alan Liang from CGS Aquatic. Lane 7, Mayan Bhaskar from MLC. Lane 8, Spencer Robarts from Surrey Park. And lane 9, James Lewina from MLC. It's 100 butterfly here. This should be a good one. And you can see how even it is across the field from first to about 7th or 8th here, Nick. So it could be anyone's game, really.
The whole field's within 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So after a heat swim, that's a pretty even...
Very tight.
For a 16-year-old age group to be all within, that
Yeah.
small margin.
I know there's a few of these guys as well who do multiple other strokes. And it does look a great start there from Alan Liang, is it?
Yes, Alan
There,
Liang
lane 6.
will just touch first. A little bit long on the wall. Gave the opportunity for Joshua Wilkinson to pull up alongside him.
Great turn, though.
And also swimming well is Mitchell Stewart. So those lane 4 to 6 look like they're going to be the early leaders. Also swimming well down here in lane 9 is James Llewellyn.
Oh, the boys have touched about 0.15 between first to fourth. So we have a really tight final here.
Keeping that tempo going and landing on a full stroke so you can get in and out of this last wall as quick as possible.
I think it's a bit long on the wall. Yeah. Good turn, though. You can see he broke out really well. A great turn also, though, for Joshua Wilkinson. But Mitch Stewart, though, he's pulling away here. I think it's going to be Mitch Stewart. We're coming down the last touch here. This will be close. All along the wall, he gets it. 56.4. Joshua Wilkinson there in a 56.7. And Alan Liang, he gets his head on the wall in third, 57.2. So tight final, first to third, 0.8 of a second between them.
And even we had 8 boys swimming under the minute.
Yeah, it's solid heat, wasn't it? Solid final, I should say, depth-wise. Well, I know that Mitch Stewart's a really good distance, that middle distance, those 200, 400 IMs as well. And you can see that his speed in the back end was really strong there. And how important it is on those touches in a fly, isn't it? You can see those finishing on that full stroke.
So we're now returning to the medal ceremony for event 58. The boys 15 years 100-metre freestyle. Ashley Nichols took out our state title from Traralgon in that fantastic 50-point swim.
Yeah, 50.74.
With the two Ethans both getting a silver medal, because our Ethan Jones is a visitor from Tasmania, with our Ethan Ravensdale, our second Victorian from Nuttawading.
Well, I think it's always a sign you've done a very fast swim when you're within striking distance of an Olympic medalist.
I think that's a fair enough comment.
So that shows how fast he went in that 100 freestyle before.
So we're now moving on to the medal ceremony for event 59, the girls 15 years 100-metre freestyle. This was taken out in a fantastic swim by Giselle Davey.
Yeah.
So Skylar Hay finished in second, and Greta Savule in third. We're now going to move along to event 61, the girls 16 years, 100-metre butterfly. In lane 0, Isabella King. In lane 1, Amrita Subramania. In lane 2, Madeline Doyle. In lane 3, Layla Mahfouz. In lane 4, Sienna Shepherd. In lane 5, Alana Torrance. In lane 6, Molly Cargill. In lane 7, Mia Yo. In lane 8, Clara Seidel. And in lane 9, Annabelle Glover. Another one to watch on these underwaters here is in lane 4, Sienna Shepherd. So look to her to get off to a really good start.
Well, as we're sort of looking at these heat times, I'm really even across those first 4 or 5 swimmers. But yeah, great start there from Sienna Shepherd, as you were saying there, Nick. She will lead through that first 25.
Pretty much neck and neck with Alana Torrance. Alana Torrance probably got the touch on the wall
A little bit better.
stroke a little bit better, and has come off with a bit more speed, and is now half a body length
She's
lead as we
attacking
approach
this
the
first
50-metre turn. Also swimming well out there in lane 2 is Madeline Doyle. It is Alana Torrance who leads through ahead of Sienna Shepherd, with Madeline Doyle in third.
Yeah, Alana Torrance there had a great turn off that second wall. You can see her really accelerate into that stroke. And it's a handy lead she's got here, but Sienna Shepherd is fighting back now. And it's really close between these two now.
So Sienna's staying under longer on this final turn. And closed the distance
she
down
has
to
closed the
half
gap.
a body length, but now it's down to a quarter of a body length. Who's going to have their hand on the wall? Sienna,
Shepherd might get her here.
Sienna.
Oh,
no, Alana. Alana gets the touch by 0.1 of a second over Sienna, with Molly Cargill getting
probably
into
just got her off
place.
those couple of turns, I think was where that was lost. Alrighty, event 62 now. Boys 17-year-old 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0, Haruki Nakanashi from Nuttawading Swimming Club. In lane 1, Joel Bailey from Terralgan. In lane 2, Callum Halloran Lavelle from Warrigal. In lane 3, Oliver McKenzie from Surrey Park. Lane 4, Toby McCormish from MLC. Lane 5, Jason Llewellyn from Nuttawading. In lane 6, Mikhail D. Tomasis from Surrey Park. Lane 7, Alex Bazell from DVE. Lane 8, Lewis Ainley from Bayside Swimming Club. And in lane 9, Samuel Keenan from Nuttawading. Well, 100-metre freestyle, the big boys here, 17, 18-year-old boys. Look at those 51 lows here. Are we expecting some 50 points?
Well, after they saw what the 16-year-old boys did,
Let's see
there's a bit of pride on the line.
There is. Well, I know Toby McCormish, is really started to develop the last few months in his speed work, but also his endurance for these sort of events.
But Callum's off to the best of the starts through the first 25 over there in lane 2.
Middle of the pool, though. Looks like Jason Llewellyn there.
Well, those two boys are going to turn neck and neck. Also coming through now is Toby.
Toby McCormish fit 24-1.
Callum does lead and got the best of the turns. Just out to a quarter of a body length lead in this third 25.
Toby McCormish is starting to come through there in lane 4 as well. Oh, it's really tight between these boys. Who got the better of the turns? Great turn, though, from
Callum
Harold
under the
Lavelle.
longest and was the fastest under the waters, and he's going to take this out in a time of 50.25, just ahead of Toby,
50.25.
with Oliver McKenzie getting the touch for third.
What a great last turn from Callum there. You see him explode off that third turn, came up well in front, and he's able to hang on and win it there. So moving on now to medal presentations for the boys 16-year-old 100-metre freestyle. The gold medal, 100 butterfly, yep. So Mitchell Stewart from Surrey Park took out the gold medal. Joshua Wilkinson in second place from Geelong Swimming Club.
With Alan Liang.
Alan Liang was in third place there. Alrighty, so girls 16-year-old girls medal presentation first here, Nick.
So there was a fantastic race between Alana and Sienna throughout the whole 100, with Alana just getting the touch to take out that state title. With Sienna Shepherd in second place. And one of our country representatives in third from Terralgan.
She's just running over. Yeah, just running over now. I can see her running over. Yep, here she comes into the camera.
we're now going to move along to event 63. The girls 17, 18 years, 100 metre freestyle.
Yep.
Short course championship of Victoria. In lane 0 from Nuttawading, Abby Harrington. In lane 1 from MLC, Chloe Millard. In lane 2 from Nuttawading, Chantel Underwood. In lane 3 from Bayside, Paris Burlock. In lane 4 from Nuttawading, Isabella Boyd. In lane 5 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Holly Neville. In lane 6 from Surrey Park, Alana Banks. In lane 7 from Haileybury Aquatic, Claire Milligan. In lane 8 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Ruby Knott. And in lane 9 from CGGS Aquatic, Shana McClure.
Well, Isabella Boyd's the one to watch in the middle of the pool. We've called her name a lot over the recent years in these sort of events. 100 metre freestyle. This morning threw down a 55-1. I reckon we could be expecting a 54 tonight. Looks like, yeah.
Staying down longest was Holly Neville.
Yeah.
And she's probably just come up just ahead of Isabella Boyd, and those two will lead through this opening 25, with Isabel just getting her feet on the wall. But again, Holly's getting the better of the turns, and they back up neck and neck. Now Isabel's using
Boyd.
her swimming speed to pull clear slightly again, pulling quarter length lead.
Burlock and Banks in probably tight battle for third at this point as well. But
Isabella Boyd turns
good turn
first in
Boyd.
26.58, with Holly just 0.4 of a second behind, and Paris Burlock now moving into thirds, ahead of Alana Banks.
What a strong third 25 there it was from Isabella Boyd. She accelerated that third 25. She's put a bit of a gap on these guys, and she's smashing it now.
Yeah, out to her body length lead, and she's going to comfortably take this time.
Let's see the time
of a 54.59, ahead of Holly, and getting third, Paris Burlock just ahead of Alana Banks.
That third 25 was where she really broke away from the pack there. It was pretty even at the first 50, and she just accelerated that third 25. Alrighty, so the boys' 13-year-old 200-metre butterfly. In lane 0, Alfie Graves from Surrey Park Swimming Club. In lane 1, Joshua Hunt from South Gippsland Base. In lane 2, Tharwin Brahom from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 3, Han Lu Hu from Surrey Park. Lane 4, Harry Heath from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 5, Archie Kreutzberger from Albury North Lavington. Lane 6, William Powell Botterill James from HC Swim Club. Lane 7, Dion Gordon from Bayside. Lane 8, Brodie Cargill from Terrelgan. And in lane 9, Scott Robinson from King's Swim Club. All right, two fly, Nick. It's a brutal event. We often don't have the numbers sort of qualifying in this one because it is such a tough event. But we've got a full final.
We had a heat of this morning,
which is great.
They had to qualify to get into this final.
Which is awesome.
Tough 13-year-old boys.
I think to be able to do a two fly at this age is really impressive at 13.
Harry Heath doing fantastic underwaters there, right out to about 14.5 metres off that first wall. But as he likes to do, Archie does lead through this opening 25. I love the Kreutzbergers' attack on their races. That family seems to always get out nice and strong.
They do, don't they? And they try to hang on. I like it.
Now moving into seconds is another one of our visitors, William Borderhill James.
I will just say Archie was out there at a 30.5, so really awesome. He's gone out strong.
And one of our country swimmers swimming well over in lane 1, Joshua Hunt.
Yep.
So that's the easy 50. Now the work starts.
This is where the race really begins.
You feel great after the 50, but this is where we have to get stuck in. And the boys are doing that with Archie and Will. Still just ahead of Josh over the far side, with Harry Heath just lurking now. We know Harry likes to finish nice and strong.
Yeah, I think Harry's within striking distance now. He's only about 1.1 seconds off Archie, but Archie's still hanging on though. He looks like he's in a good position still. Like his stroke still looks nice and strong. I know he's breathing every stroke, but he's still sufficient.
Keeping the tempo up, and what's really good to see is his hips and his feet up are nice and high. As we start to get tired in butterfly, that's the temptation, is for hips and feet to drop, where we really want to make sure we're staying nice and high in the water.
Well, Harry Heath is starting to make a bit of a move now. You can see him there in lane 4. And William Bottrell James is still within striking distance of this last 50. Well, Kreutzberger has led from start to finish, so can he hang on here in this last lap?
He's still got that bottom of the link lead. Harry Heath is now starting to increase his tempo.
He's starting
up
to gain
alongside
on
William.
Has he got enough room to reel him in here, Nick?
Well, I think he does. It's all about landing on a full stroke, which he does.
Oh, here we go.
A little bit long. Harry's staying longer underwater, and the gap is down to half a bottom.
James Bottrell is also coming through.
Home here.
Bottrell James,
all
sorry.
Oh! Stroke for stroke at the wall.
I think William Bottrell James might get it.
Holding on.
I think William Bottrell James here.
Harry's going to be on a full stroke here. And Archie takes it out by 0.1 of a second over Harry.
What a final.
Third. What a race, boys.
0.3 separating first to third.
And they've all swum about 6, 7 or 8 seconds faster than they did in this morning's heats. Fantastic
How good was that as well to see the different tactics? You know, Kreutzberger taking it out, Heath and William James, Bottrell there trying to finish it off and come home strong.
And they all lifted in that last 25. They knew it was a race.
They knew it was on.
They picked it up and they lifted. So we're heading back to our medal winners in event 62, which was our boys 17, 18, 100 metre freestyle. This was taken out by Callum Horan-Lavelle ahead of Toby McComish and Oliver McKenzie in thirds. It's a really good race by all those three boys.
It was.
We had 5 swimmers in the 50-point range in that 17, 18-year-old age group.
Well, Nick, we move on to the medal ceremony now for 63 now. So Isabella Boyd took out the gold medal in the 100-metre freestyle here. The girls 17, 18-year-old age group. Not sure where she is right now. Holly Neville was in second place from Melbourne Swimming Club. And in third place was Paris Burlock from Bayside. Now, I'm not sure where Isabella Boyd's gone, but she's not here. Maybe she's got another race coming up in a few moments.
What has been fantastic is also over the last 2 days, a number of our open swimmers
presenting medals.
Medal. That was Robbie Dillison presenting the medals. He's known for his middle distance to a distance freestyle. Also puts together a good distance IM.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on now to the girls event 65, girls 13-year-old 200 butterfly.
In lane 1, from Oasis Otters, Bronwyn Zhang. In lane 2, from Nuttawading, Kira Surawira. In lane 3, from DVE, Rihanna Chen. In lane 4, from Melbourne Swim Club, Sophie Jacker. In lane 5, from MLC Aquatic, Grace Cox. In lane 6, from Doncaster Templestowe, Emerson Hogan. And in lane 7, from Melton, Chloe Burke. So just our 7 brave enough to qualify. First you have to qualify and then to enter.
It's always a tough event and it never gets easier, the 2 fly.
In some respects, the first couple of times you do it, it's almost the best because you don't understand what's coming.
Yeah, I think it is a bit like that. You don't understand that the next 2 minutes of pain.
So Grace Cox in lane 5, best of the underwaters, and her and Sophie Jackett are going to lead through this opening 25 as they touch together. Again, as we were talking about before, it's all about staying relaxed and smooth through this opening 50. Nice and fast, but it has to be relaxed and smooth.
You don't want to be forcing it early on. You don't want to muscle your way through that first 50. Use that free, easy speed you get in the first 50.
And Sophie Jackett just gets the touch there, 0.03 ahead of Grace Cox.
Out nice and fast, out to 32.7.
With Emerson in thirds.
Well, it's really tight between those two in lanes 4 and 5 now, and they've sort of separated from the pack.
A nice battle between Emerson, Chloe and Rihanna for the the third place at the moment. With Rihanna has moved into third, just ahead. But now coming back is Chloe Burke in lane 7 in that battle for the bronze. The two out in front now head towards the 100-metre turn. And this time Grace
really
Cox
even.
will turn first, just ahead of
By
Sophie
about
Jacker.
0.4 of a second. Now, mind you, these girls were entered this morning in around 2:35 and 2:30 coming into this meet. Obviously, this was this morning, but out there in a 1:10. So they're giving themselves a pretty good opportunity to swim a PB here.
Grace Cox has extended her lead through the opening 25, a little bit long on that wall. They'll give Sophie Jacker a chance to reduce that margin once again in this all-important third 50. Grace has extended out to 3/4 of body length as we approach the 150-metre turn here, as our crowd support starts to lift.
Behind it here. What a great third 50, though, from Grace Cox. That's about a second and a half lead here coming into this final 50.
Chloe Burke has moved clear in third, a body length ahead of Rihanna and Emerson in that battle for the bronze.
Yeah, it's this is Grace's to lose from here. I think she's increasing her lead here.
Nice full stroke 50. On the wall on that turn there. So she's pulled out to a 2 body length lead for this final 25 and is going to take this state title out.
Yeah, well, she's entered with 2:30, so she's going to absolutely smash her time here. She's coming down. This is going to be under 2:25. You'd think, oh, not quite, 2:25.8.
Sophie Jacker comes in for second and taking out the bronze medal out here in lane 7.
Chloe
Burke. Battle for fourth, nice and tight. Oh,
big cheer.
And Emerson just gets the battle ahead of Rihanna for fourth, with Kira in 6th and Bronwyn 7th.
Now we move on to the event 66, the boys 14-year-old 100 IM. Favourite event of the program pretty much is at any time that someone's doing 100 IM. And so in lane 0 we have Peter Behrens from Melton Swimming Club. Lane 1 we have Toby Callaghan from MLC. Lane 2 Hamish Robson from MLC. Lane 3 we have Tian Berger from Nunawading. In lane 4, George Huang from Surrey Park. Lane 5, Eric He from Nunawading. In lane 6, Rick Shen from Camberwell, Grammar Aquatic. In lane 7, Daniel Sedur from Melbourne Vic Centre. In lane 8, Alessandro Vaccaro from Albury North Lavington Swimming Club. And in lane 9, Oliver Kingston from Seymour District.
So this is 4 25-metre sprints
pretty
with
much
fantastic skills.
Combined, yeah, isn't it? Yeah. It's always intriguing, too, that some swimmers will have that weakest stroke. You know, do you target your weakest stroke and try and improve it, or do you try and focus on your strengths here?
I think everything needs to be perfect in the 100 IM. And what we'll notice is that the swimmers who can nail their skills the best can gain up to a second and a half advantage over those who might slightly miss those turns. Eric He leads through the first 25.
Really tight, though. Great underwater there from George Huang from Surrey Park. You see that off that backstroke turn there.
And he's pulled clear in the underwater part, but they enter the turn at the 50 back together again.
Oh,
Eric He just touch, but I think that was a touchpad issue rather than an actual difference between the two of them.
George had a great split stroke.
Fantastic. Popped up with speed. Coming really strong is Tian Berger in lane 3 now.
Look at that breaststroke. He's accelerating into the wall. He might turn in second.
He's got that half body length lead into that freestyle, which is tough to chase down, but Tian Berger is coming strong.
George coming.
Tian Berger is coming, but George will hold him off and take the state title out in a time of 59.89. Hit of Tian Berger in second and Eric He in third.
Well done there, boys. Well, George Huang was breathing to his right, and he couldn't see Tian Berger was gaining on him there into the wall, but he hung on to win.
So we're returning to our medal ceremony for event 64, the boys 13 years 200-metre butterfly. This classic race was taken out by Archie Kreutzberger from Albury North Lavington. Our first Victorian was Harry Heath from Nunawading Swimming Club. Our third to the wall with William Botterville James from HC Swimming Club. Our second Victorian was Farwin, and I'm not sure who the third Victorian member was. Was Han Loon Hu from Surrey Park. So we had 5 medal winners in that event because of our visitors.
Visitors in that
A
final.
reminder that the visitors, if they finish in the top 3 overall, will get a medal, whereas the fastest 3 Victorians will get a gold, silver and bronze, regardless of their finishing position in the race. The boys are just doing a bit of zigging and zagging and working out what position they finished in.
A bit of reshuffling. Yeah.
It's a little bit confusing because obviously
Visitors.
William finished ahead of Darwin in the race, but because of the visitor rule, the different medals they get.
So we're on to the girls, 13-year-old Trinity Butterfly now, Nick.
So this was another fantastic race as these athletes are just making their way over to the medal dais. This race was taken out by Grace Cox from MLC Aquatic. In second place was Sophie Jacker from Melbourne Swimming Club. And in third place, swimming a massive PB, was Chloe Burke from Melton. So we're now moving on to event 67, the girls' 14 years 100-metre individual medley. In lane 0, from Swimland, Michaela Larkin. In lane 1, from MLC Aquatic, Charlize Sticklebrook. In lane 2, from Cheltenham, Annabelle Jorgensen. In lane 3, from Geelong, Brooke Briscoe. In lane 4, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Romy Hurd. In lane 5, from Nuttawading, Alicia Clark. In lane 6, from Geelong, Sarah Pravilli. In lane 7, from Yarra Plenty, Sion Kinzet. In lane 8, from MLC Aquatic, Kate Lawina. And in lane 9, from Campbell Grammar, Gabriella King.
Well, the boys was a cracking race, and I'd expect the girls to be exactly the same here. Looking at these entry times.
So we saw the importance of fantastic skill execution across this 100 IM.
As you're saying, it's really important about these turns. Like, I know we talk about it a lot, but you could see in that last one that finishing on a full stroke in the butterfly and getting that full momentum into the wall is so important.
And Romy Hurd is going to lead through and land on that full stroke in lane 4. So she leads through the butterfly leg. Staying underwater. Alicia Clark in lane 5. Alicia and Brooke are starting to close the different distance down to Romy Hurd.
I think Romy Hurd will still lead it through. Oh, actually, maybe Brooke Briscoe might lead it through there.
Very close to that first 50.
Yeah, 30.68.
And also moving into third, Annabelle Jorgensen. Now that breaststroke leg, that's the longest leg in the race, so the most time to make the difference. And Romy Hurd is making a difference here.
Romy Hurd's really pulling away.
Half a body length lead ahead of Brooke Briscoe. And those two are now well clear of the field.
She's really separated from the field there in that breaststroke. It's a great leg. Expect Briscoe to come home hard, though.
Moving into third down here in
Briscoe's still coming, though.
It's
It's not over yet. Oh, I think she's going to hang on, though, Romy Hurd.
The battle for third, super tight with Alicia Clark coming home strong in the freestyle leg to take third. Just ahead of Kate Lawina over here in lane 8.
106.2 there. A lot quicker than this morning with those 108s, 109s. All right, event 68 now. The boys, 15-year-old, 200-metre backstroke. So, in lane 0, we have Rory McConville from MLC Aquatic. In lane 1, we have Ross Sikiotis from Camberwell Grammar. In lane 2, we have Riley Cunningham from Tiger Shark Swimming Club. In lane 3, Jack Morrow from Western Melbourne Propulsion. Lane 4, Campbell Wilson Moran from Haileybury Aquatic. Lane 5, Une Geisler from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 6, William Link from Ivanhoe Aquapower. In lane 7, Brian Zhang from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 8, Nicholas Highland from Ivanhoe Aqua Power. In lane 9, Oscar Campbell from Cheltenham Amateur Swimming Club. The 200 backstroke, Nick, this is one everyone talks about that kills the legs more than anything else.
The lungs and the legs work really hard in its short course 200 backstroke.
Those underwater turns are probably almost the most. This is the most important one because you get the free air in when you're on your back, but it's that focus on that underwaters, getting those couple of kicks off the wall and exploding off that wall.
Yeah, it's the speed in and out of your turn, and then that breakout and carrying that speed from your underwaters into the swimming at the surface.
Good start there in lane 7 and also in lane 4. So Brian Zhang and Campbell Wilson Moran.
Campbell will turn first after this opening 25. Also swimming well in that first 25 in lane 5 is Une Geisler. And over there in lane 0, Rory McConville started well.
It's always a sign in backstroke that you've got a nice stroke is when your arms look really long, because it's a sign that you're really rotating. You're getting that shoulder out before your hands coming out of the water. And you can see Campbell Wilson Moran looks really nice, long and relaxed.
Quick first 50 there in 28.75. Une Geisler's got second in control at the moment as those two move 2 lengths clear of the rest of the field with Jack Morrow in third.
He's having it all to himself here though, and he's going to turn in probably about about a 1.4 second lead, 1.5 second lead here at that first 100.
Turning right on that minute mark. So 32 point for that, or 31 high for that second 50. The challenge is to try and keep it going. Une's not making a little bit of a move here in this third 50 and has maintained that 1.5 difference between the two of them, but it's really working those underwaters. Campbell probably saw him coming and responded there.
Une's definitely closing the gap here, I think, coming into this last turn. Let's see what they turn in.
Again, another 31 points. With Jack Morrow still holding on to third place. Jack is now cleared out from the rest of the field and does look to have the bronze medal under control. Une won't give up in his fight to chase Campbell down here and is staying underwater longest on that last turn, but Campbell does still maintain that body link lead. Une's trying to pick it up to close the distance.
He's coming. He's going to run out of room.
He will run out of room, but a fantastic swim by both these boys. Campbell Wilson Moran takes it out in 2:03.64, ahead of Une Geisler and Jack Morrow in third.
Yeah, wow, what a swim there from Campbell Wilson Moran. 2:03.6. A few medal presentations now. So
event 66, the boys 14 years 100 metre individual medley. Our winner and our state champion from Surrey Park, George Shuang. In second place from Nunawading was Tian Berger. And joining his teammate on the podium, also from Nunawading, Eric He, to take out that bronze medal.
Joanne Love there presenting some medals. Famous name among swimming Victorian.
Coaching fraternity.
Yeah. I know Jo did do a bit of commentating a couple of years ago, but she sort of said the mic wasn't for me, so she
left it to us.
Left it to us. Good decision, Jo.
So we're now moving on to our medal ceremony for event 67, the girls 14 years 100 metre individual medley. Our state champion from Melbourne Swimming Club, Romy Hurd, taking out the silver medal from Geelong, Brooke Briscoe, and the bronze medalist from Nunawading, Alicia Clark. We are now going to move on to event 69, our finalists for our girls 15 years 200 metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Albury North, Alicia Spears. In lane 1 from MLC Aquatic, Amelia Blake. In lane 2 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Sojun Huang. In lane 3, also from Melbourne Swimming Club, Andrea Tolentino. In lane 4 from Nuttawading, Jessica Wilson. In lane 5 from Traralgon, Olivia Bailey. In lane 6 from Campbell Grammar, Kate Middleton. In lane 7 from Shepparton, Erica Shaw. In lane 8 from Geelong, Sarah Steinman. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Ashley Dunn. Just checking in with that Victorian state record of a 2:08.83 set in 2018 by Olivia Lafoe. That was a fantastic time for the 15-year-old girls.
Yeah, Liv Lafoe's been a fantastic swimmer for a long time now. Now transitioning into that open age, and seeing whether she can make a few more finals. So 2:08. Be interested if anyone can get close to that tonight.
If any of them get within 10 seconds, I'll be pretty impressed, because that 2:08 is a very fast time. Starting off really well in lane 5 is Olivia Bailey. And she will take about a half a body length lead through this opening 25. In second place, also starting well as she has in a number of her races this meet, is Alicia Spears over in lane 0. Moving into second now is Jessica Wilson. Jessica Wilson and Olivia Bailey will turn neck and neck through this first 50.
Yeah, nothing separating the two of those girls just there. 0.05, in fact. Out to 32. Nice and quick in that first 50. Now they're going to try and hang on here in his second, third, and fourth 50s, building it from here. Keep the stroke rate, keep the momentum going.
They still turn together at the 75-metre mark.
Almost
and come up together at about 6.5 metres off that turn. Moving into third place now in lane 2, Sojun Huang. Battling her club mate in lane 3, Andrea Tolentino.
I think Tolentino might have just got herself into third. We'll see her at the turn. Not quite. So it still is Sojun Huang.
But those girls have reduced the margin to those two out in front, and Sojun is now challenging for second. Still swimming well and battling for that fourth place is Alicia Spears over in lane 0.
Olivia Bailey's just made a bit of a move here in this third 50. I think she's got about half a body length lead now on Jessica Wilson. So she's really targeting this third 50, but still going really well there is Sojun Huang. And I think she's up into second here. As we're coming down to this final turn, what a great third 50 it was there from Olivia Bailey. And look at that, she's there to about a second lead.
She's got a body length over Sojun.
Great turn, though, for Sojun Huang, though, on this last 50.
Jessica Wilson's holding on to third, but Andrea Tolentino and Alicia Spears aren't giving up on that minor medal position. Olivia Bailey will turn first into our final 25. Probably extended out to a body length and a half, but Sojun has the better of the underwaters on that last turn to close it back down to that body length as we approach the final 10 metres.
She is finishing strong.
It's now down to 3/4 of body length, but Olivia Bailey will hold on and take this state title out in a time of 2:19.86 ahead of Sojun Huang, with Jessica Wilson in third.
Well, I think that just shows how important the third 50 is. Wilson and Bailey are neck and neck at the 100 mark, and she just broke her there in that third 50. Olivia Bailey just really accelerated, and that lead never got caught in. All right, so event 70, the boys' 16-year-old 100-metre freestyle. So lane 0, Daniel Chivatarese from Surrey Park. Lane 1, Samuel Vaccaro from Albury North Lavington. Lane 2, William Allen from Caulfield Aquatic. Lane 3, Tommy Lane from Haileybury Aquatic. Lane 4, his teammate Liam Malloy from Haileybury Aquatic. Lane 5, Daniel Shilcock from HC Swim Club. In lane 6, Lachlan Elgin from Albury North Lavington. In lane 7, Harvey Lark from Melbourne Vic Centre. In lane 8, Mitchell Stewart from Surrey Park. And in lane 9, Alan Liang from CGS Aquatic. So look at that record there, Nick. Noah Millard is a famous name. Swims over the college system now, 49-1 in this 100 freestyle. Can these guys get under that 50-second mark here in this 100 freestyle? We've seen close to it.
It will be a challenge. Starting well in lane 4 for Liam Malloy.
Liam Malloy
He
there.
will lead through this opening 25, with on his outside our visitor Daniel in seconds.
He had a great turn too there. You could see he got underneath all that wash that came into the wall.
So those two boys will lead through this 50, with
24-7.
Liam turning first, just ahead of Daniel. And in third place currently over in lane 1 is Samuel Ease.
Now, Liam Malloy looks like he's increased his lead slightly there, though. Shortcourse not going away, though. He's still with him here. But Malloy's accelerating here. He's coming into the wall. And he's going to take this one out here. Probably in a 51 low. There you go, your 51-1. Followed by Daniel Shilcock. And in third place, Harvey Lark out there in a 52-9.
Really strong second 50 from Harvey to
Yeah.
get that touch for third. It was a really tight battle for that third place.
Strong second 50, wasn't it?
So we're returning back to our medal presentations now for event 68, our boys 15 years, 200-metre backstroke. Our state champion from Haileybury, Campbell Wilson Moran. In second place and winner of our silver medal from Nuttawading, Uno Geisler, who's making a charge over to the medal dais as we speak.
Bounding over now.
And then in third place from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Jack Murrow. So some athletic entries to the medal ceremonies we're seeing today.
Yeah. I like seeing the lads bounding over there to collect their medals.
So we'll move on to another medal ceremony next. Event 69, the girls 15 years 200-metre backstroke. Not sure if any of them have arrived there yet, as they're probably still trying to get their breath back from that fantastic battle that they had.
Yeah.
But it was Olivia Bailey taking it out ahead of Sojin Huang and Jessica Wilson in third. It looks like Sojin has arrived.
She's just got here now. Not sure where the other girls are. Maybe they're warming down, or they've gone to grab their T-shirt of some sort.
So we're now going to move along to event 71. The girls 16 years, 100-metre freestyle. In lane 0, from Traralgon, Molly Cargill. In lane 1, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Alessandra Southern. In lane 2, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Alexandra Skinner. In lane 3, from Gen Aquatic, Clara Seidel. In lane 4, from MLC, Alana Torrance. In lane 5, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Sienna Shepherd. In lane 6, from MLC Aquatic, Amrita Subramanian. In lane 7, from Geelong Sarks, Talia Rush. In lane 8, from Melbourne Vic Centre, Madeline Doyle. And in lane 9, from Melton Swimming Club, Layla Mahfouz.
Well, you start to sort of see some familiar names, don't you? And Alana Torrance is a name we've called a fair bit, and Sienna Shepherd. And they're probably the two to watch in the middle of the pool here in this 100 freestyle. It should be a good battle. So a good start there from out wide close. That's Madeline Doyle, in fact, and also Tallulah Rush. Had a good start, but it looks like in the middle of the pool now, Alana Torrance will take through that first 25.
In second place was Talia Rush. But Sienna now looks like she's moved into second, behind Alana, who will lead through this opening 50 in a time of 27.12. With Amrita
About half a second body
in
lead.
third. Yeah. Sienna stayed out to 10 metres underwater and's probably caught up a little bit on the underwater phase as Alana now moves to extend that lead through the swimming phase of this third 25. It does look like gold and silver are worked out in
and
this
Rita
race.
is coming on strong, though, for possibly for bronze.
Alana takes down to 57.19 ahead of Sienna, Shepherd in third, and in second in third place, Amrita Subramania. We had 7 girls under the minute mark there. Fantastic swimming from our 16-year-old girls.
So move on to now the boys. Event 72, the boys 17-18, 200 metre backstroke. In lane 0, Jack Simzik from Geelong Swimming Club. In lane 1, Blake Crichton from Surrey Park. In lane 2, Owen Williams-Poley from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 3, Anthony Basunas from Surrey Park. In lane 4, Evan Chee from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 5, Max Bosley from MLC Aquatic. Lane 6, Joshua Tulik from Northwest Aquatic. Lane 7, Makeo Di Tomasis from Surrey Park. In lane 8, Hayden Barnes from South Gippsland Bar Swimming Club. And in lane 9, Liam Wright from Surrey Park.
Another event that's just good to check in on our Victorian age record, set back in 2011 by a former Dolphin and current Bayside head coach, Joshua Beaver, in a time of 1:55.79.
I'm not sure they're going to get down to that time tonight, because that is seriously moving.
I'd be liking to see if maybe a couple of those boys in the centre of the pool can swim under that 2-minute mark.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Well, I think you expect Basunas to be going a bit quicker than 2:08 like he did this morning in lane 3, and Evan Chee and Bosley, I think they're definitely within striking distance of going that 1:59 point.
Nice even start in the middle of the pool.
Evan Chee had a good start, as did Basunas there in lane 3 as well.
And Basunas will lead through that first 25, just ahead of Evan Chee, with Max Bosley in third. Those three do look like they've pulled clear of the field in this opening 50.
Pretty even, though, between these three coming down to the turn. And who's going to lead it through, Nick?
It is Evan Chee who turns first in a 28.42. Just 0.2 of a second between those three boys.
Max Bosley is probably a little bit slower off the turn compared to the other two boys. I reckon Evan Chee might have just started to build a bit of a lead on those two now.
And it shows the importance of those turns, because every time that Max comes up, he needs to catch up in the swimming speed.
Yeah.
Whereas Evan, fantastic underwaters, and is able to maintain that speed, and is extended out to a body length lead here as we approach the 100, and will turn through in a 58.41.
Bit of a lead now.
That's right on speed to swim under the 2-minute mark.
Yep. Now, the other two boys are both out under that minute too, which is good. So they're attacking the first 100 now. It's that all-important third 50.
Evans now out to 2 body length lead.
He's increasing the lead, isn't he?
And still getting 8 metres off each wall, which is fantastic as those lungs start to burn and you're gasping for breath. You need to stay long and relaxed and calm underwater as we approach the 150-metre turn in a 1:28.92. So still that sub 2-minute
track,
time,
isn't he? He's on track. These boys have probably just dropped off the pace a little bit here, and it's a dogfight for second between Max Bosley and Anthony Basunas, but Evan Chee is having it all to himself now. He's increasing the lead with each stroke, to be honest here. You can see it's a great underwater again.
Still coming up at that 8.5 metre mark, and he's going to come into the final 10 metres, strongly into the wall. Let's see if he can maintain that speed and get under that 2-minute mark. In turn of 1:59.61. Tied for second. Basunas does touch ahead of Max Bosley.
Just. Yep, so Basunas in second there at 2:03.7. A great swim. Well, faster than what they went this morning too with 2:04 as well for Max Bosley. I think you saw how good Evan Chee's skills were just then, maintaining about 10 metres off every single wall. Even as he got fatigued on his last 2 or 3 turns, he still maintained that 10 metres, those 6 or 7 really powerful, quick kicks.
It is really important to be even across those turns. Don't go the first 2 as far as you can go
and blow up.
And then by the last one coming up with the tee.
Yeah.
So we're now doing our medal presentation for event 70, the boys 16 years 100-metre freestyle. Our state champion from Haileybury Aquatic was Liam Malloy. Our second place finisher was Daniel Shilcock from HC Swim Club.
He was also the visitor.
So our second Victorian was Harvey Lark from Melbourne Vic Centre. And in third Victorian, also from Haileybury, Tommy Lane. We are now going to move on to the medal ceremony for event 71, I believe, which is the Skills 16 years 100-metre freestyle. In first place, and our state champion from MLC Aquatic, Alana Torrance. In second place, representing Melbourne Vic Centre, Sienna Shepherd. And winner of our bronze medal, representing MLC Aquatic, Amrita Subramania. We are now moving on to event 73, which is our girls 17-18 years, 200-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from Bayside, Lexi Booth. In lane 1 from Surrey Park, Jasmine Kersidim. In lane 2 from Geelong, Zoe Jennings. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swim Club, Charlize Booner. In lane 4 from MLC Aquatic, Kiara Walsh. In lane 5 from Surrey Park, Alana Banks. In lane 6 from Geelong, Nicole Briscoe. In lane 7 from Yarra Plenty, Natasha Ransley-Raven. In lane 8 from Nuttawading, Tara Barnwell. And in lane 9 from Flyers, Jocelyn Kitson.
All right, well, 200 backstroke. I think we saw the importance of that third 50 and the skills. So it'd be interesting whether these girls who attacks out hard but also controls enough to be able to build those second and third 50s and hang on in the last 50. And Nick, looking at our qualifying times this morning, you had just 0.1 of a second separating Kiara Walsh and Alana Banks as the fastest qualifiers in 2:21.16 and 2:21.26. So
again, even across those sort of middle 5 lanes, we're pretty close together on their entry times that they swam this morning in the heats.
Looks like Nicole Briscoe, though, taking out that first 25 there. They're great underwater again. So she's going to attack this first 50 with Banks and Walsh probably in second and third.
And Nicole will lead through this opening 50 in a time of 31.49, ahead of Alana Banks and Kiara Walsh in third.
A bit of a catch me if you can. She's gone out attacking that first 50 out to 31.4, out nice and quick. Now it's up to Banks and Walsh to try and reel her in.
Alana is putting together a good second 50 here and is maintaining that sort of 3/4 of a length behind Nicole Briscoe.
She probably has caught up a little bit here in this second 50, hasn't she?
Kiara Walsh is now consolidating that third place as these top 3 start to
Banks
move
could be
clear
in
of
front
the
here
field.
at the 100 mark, Nick.
As they turn for the 100 is just Nicole Briscoe just ahead, 0.04 between her and Alana.
Good underwater from Alana Banks there. She's probably popped up in front now. I reckon she's slightly in the lead ahead of Nicole Briscoe.
And Alana does normally do a good job on those back half of her races, so expect her to keep moving here.
She's got a very strong
second 100.
It's a very strong second 100 in the 200 backstroke. You can see now she is pulling away here, Alana Banks. This has been a great third 50 from her. And she's going to have about a body length lead here.
She's just been able to keep her tempo really consistent through the whole 200.
And a good last turn too. You see that about 7 or 8 metres off the wall.
Doing a fantastic last water turn was Nicole, though, on that 150 turn. And maintain that distance at about a body length and a half.
Kiara Walsh is probably catching up here for third place. Is she a chance to maybe pip a silver?
I think it's too far over this last 25. So Alana Banks is going to take this state title out.
Now, she went 2:21 this morning. She's going to go well under that here. Coming down. Great swim. 2:13.9. Fantastic swim from Alana Banks there from Surrey Park. Takes it out. followed by Nicole Briscoe at a 2:17.0 and Kiara Walsh at a 2:19. Well, I think Alana Banks swum that perfectly there. First 50 out quick enough, and then just built the second and third 50s.
In those 200s, all about maintaining your speed. Maintaining your speed.
It feels like you're getting fast at each 50, but in reality, you're just trying to maintain it. All right, let's move on down to event 75, the boys' 13-year-old 100-metre IM. In lane 0, Will Liu from Ballarat Gold Swimming Club. In lane 1, Darcy Stewart from Surrey Park. In lane 2, Eli Jones from HC Swim Club. In lane 3, George Z from MLC Aquatic. In lane 4, Harry Heath from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 5, Tharwin Prahome from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 6, Archie Kreutzberger from Albury North Lavington. In lane 7, Lewis G, Nunawading Swimming Club. Lane 8, Han Lu Hu from Surrey Park. And in lane 9, Zachary Shahira from South Gippsland. So as you're saying, the 425 sprints combined, Nick.
All about fast strokes and good skills. Can't have just one or the other. You have to have both of those.
So he gets the best of the starts there. Looks like probably lane 5 there, Tharwin Prahome took out the best start. But Harry Heath is attacking here in this butterfly as well. I think Heath will lead us through.
He does lead through slightly ahead of Kreutzberger, with Tharwin also challenging and coming
Great
out
underwater
in front
for Tharwin.
after the fantastic underwater. Using his strong backstroke leg, also swimming well down here in lane 7.
Lewis G.
Is Lewis G.
Bit long on the touch though, but it looks like it is though. Tharwin Prahome followed by Lewis G, followed by Harry Heath here. So this is the all-important breaststroke.
1, 2, 3.
Harry Heath moving through in this breaststroke leg though. You can see him now. I think he's going to lead through in this last 25 in this freestyle. And he's built a little bit of a lead here. A nice little buffer on the other guys.
Strong underwaters coming up at that 7.5 metre mark. Really bringing those legs in. Tharwin's fighting, but doesn't look like he's been able to close the gap. Archie has held on to third place ahead of Lewis G.
Now, you can see how important that breaststroke leg was there for Harry.
Heath taking it out ahead of Tharwin. Archie in third, but third Victorian. To complete the Nunawading trifecta will be Lewis G.
It was only about half a body length he made in that breaststroke, but it was so important for him coming into that last leg to then to be able to hang on.
Because that speed differential between your breaststroke and your freestyle, if you touch first, your lead will double because of the change of speeds.
Exactly right. So we have boys 17, 18-year-old 200 backstroke medalists. In first place, Evan Chi from Nunawading Swimming Club. In second place, Anthony Basunas from Surrey Park Swimming Club. And in third place was Max Bosley from MLC Aquatic. Now we're just waiting on Evan Chi. I'm not sure he's here at the moment. Event 73, the girls 17-18 200 backstroke medals. In first place, Alana Banks from Surrey Park Swimming Club. In second place was Nicole Briscoe from Geelong Swimming Club. And in third place was Kiara Walsh from MLC. Alrighty, Nick, so we now move on to event 76, the girls 13-year-old 100 IM.
We are keeping those fast 100 IMs going today, which is good to see. In lane 0, from Nunawading, Salia White. In lane 1, from Haileybury Aquatic, Alana McDuff. In lane 2, from Geelong, Jessie Stoneham. In lane 3, from Ballarat Gold, Zoe Schneider. In lane 4, from MLC Aquatic, Lily Kosh. In lane 5, from St Leonard's College, Annie Steele. In lane 6, from Albury Amateur, Sienna Tui. In lane 7 from MLC Aquatic, Grace Cox. In lane 8 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Elizabeth Mack. And in lane 9 from MLC Aquatic, Millie Dodd.
Now, Nick, I'm always big on the theatre of swimming. I do like seeing some celebrations and a few pre-race rituals. I just saw Jessie Steinman there kiss her biceps, giving us the double cobra. So we like to see that before a bit of a race. We like a bit of flair, a bit of dare. It's good to see in this sport.
So Lily Kosh was our fastest through this morning in a 105.9. And she does look like she's going to lead through this first 15 metres, but also swimming well as she has at the start of all her races in her outside lanes
Millie
this
Dodd.
week. Millie Dodd in lane 9.
Yeah, really strong first 25 from Millie Dodd there.
She's been really enjoying those outside lanes this meet, but swimming,
Bit of a smoker.
swimming fantastically.
Lily
And
Kosh, though.
Lily Kosh using
great
that strong
underwater.
backstroke leg she has, and is going to turn first here at the 50-metre turn in a 29.77. Ahead of Zoe Schneider, and now moving into third place, Alana McDuff.
Great split stroke into that breakout there by Lily Kosh into that
She
breaststroke.
is our state
Yeah,
record
that was
holder in the
awesome.
100-metre breaststroke, so look for her to extend this lead through this breaststroke leg.
Look at the
now
glide.
moving into second is Jessie Steinman from Geelong
Yep,
in
Steinman.
lane 2.
Yeah, Steinman had a great leg in that breaststroke there. But you can see the distance that Kosh put on these girls there in that breaststroke. Accelerated away, but also kept the distance of glide and efficiency in the breaststroke.
So Lily is going to take this out, but a very tight battle between Jessie Steinman and Zoe Schneider for
105.
second. 105.16 for Lily.
Oh, it will be Steinman.
Jessie gets the touch for second, ahead of Zoe Schneider in third.
I was hoping to see Steinman do a bit of a celebration for us. Lily Kosh takes it out there, though, in a 105.1, followed by Steinman 107.4 and 107.56 for Zoe Schneider. All right, so the boys, event 77, the boys 14-year-old 200-metre backstroke now, Nick. So in lane 0, we have Joel Pollard from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 1, we have Peter Behrens from Melton Swimming Club. In lane 2, we have Cody Bird from Kangaroo Flat. In lane 3, we have Charles Snare from Ballarat Gold. In lane 4, we have George Huang from Surrey Park. In lane 5, we have Henry Allen from Bendigo East Swim Club. In lane 6, we have Alex O'Brien from Geelong Swimming Club. In lane 7, Jude De Silva Smith from Warrnambool. In lane 8, James Fagano from Camberwell Grammar. And in lane 9, Blake Hughes from Northwest Aquatic. So we've said a few 200 backstrokes tonight. So the crowd and the fans are getting used to them now. And I don't think we need to repeat the importance of the third 50 anymore.
We'll see. We will see.
We'll see here. Just looking at that record time there, Nick. 2:00 from Nick Gromwald. I don't reckon that time would ever get broken.
It's a pretty impressive time for our 14-year-old boys, but out
Whoa, what a
very
start.
fast.
George Huang.
He's really worked those underwaters in all his races this week so far.
Yep.
And he will lead just ahead of Henry Allen through this first 25. Again, staying nice and long
Great
underwater,
turn
getting
again.
out to 10 metres again. Let's see if he can maintain this through the 100. So far, George has the underwater speed. Henry has the above water speed. And
I think
has
Henry will
taken
let
the
it
lead
through. Yeah.
in 29.62. With George in second and Charles Snare in third.
What a turn. So you're noticing here, Henry Allen's going nowhere near the amount underwater, but he's got the fastest speed, as you were saying, across the top. But it seems like Huang reels him in off the turn, and then Allen tries to break it away again.
Yeah, so Henry is popping up at about the 4 metre mark, whereas George is coming up at the 10 metre mark. So two different strategies at the moment.
You would think that Huang would have more energy in the tank because he's not working as hard on the top of the water. He's using that free speed off the turn. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened.
Have to control his breathing.
Yeah.
So
that's a great turn, though, from Huang.
Through the 100 with George just ahead. And he's got that half-body lead.
This is the third 50.
This is the first 25 that Henry Allen hasn't gone past him during the swim.
Yeah, I think Henry Allen's starting to lose a bit of that speed now. He's starting to fatigue.
Fantastic battle for third between Charles Snare and Cody Bird in lane 3 and lane 2.
Great skills, though, from George Huang here. He's gone about 7 or 8 metres off every single turn. And you can see here, let's see who does this last 50.
He's still getting out towards
there we
that
go,
10
almost
metre
10
mark.
metres there again, yeah. That's been the difference, I think, in this race, really. I think Henry Allen's speed has been just as quick. He probably just lost him on the turns.
His second 100 has been fantastic by George Huang, and he's going to take the state title out. With Henry Allen in second, it's still a tight battle between Charles Snare and Cody Bird for third, with Charles now out to three-quarter of a body length lead. Also coming into the equation is Peter Behrens over in lane one for that minor medal.
2:07.9. That's a great swim.
Henry Allen takes the silver, and coming in for the bronze is Charles Snare.
Well, I think that was a race that shows how important turns are.
There was eight walls there.
Yeah.
And you spent 80 metres underwater of that 120.
Yeah, it was really impressive.
80 under, 120 on top.
Yeah. Super impressive for a 14-year-old to be able to do that off each wall.
So we're moving on to the medal ceremony for event 75, the boys 13 years, 100 metres individual medley. In first place, from Nuttawading Swimming Club, Harry Heath. In second place, from Nuttawading, Darwin Parathong. In third place, from Albury North Lavington, Archie Kreutzberger. And third Victorian, also from Nuttawading, Lewis G. So Nuttawading trifecta there, with Archie the third person to touch the wall, our visitor from Albury North Lavington Swimming Club. So we'll now follow that up with another medal ceremony, event 76, the girls 13 years, 100-metre individual medley. Our state champion from MLC Aquatic, Lily Koch. In second place, from Geelong, Jessie Steinem. And another one of our country swimmers, so we have two country swimmers on the podium. From Ballarat Gold, our winner of our bronze medal, Zoe Schneider. So congratulations to all three girls as we now move on to event 78, the girls 14 years 200-metre backstroke. In lane 0 from PLC Aquatic, Tiffany Lamb. In lane 1 from Bayside Swimming, Sienna Barkey. In lane 2 from Yarra Plenty, Sion Kinzet. In lane 3 from Northwest Aquatic, Emily Tullock. In lane 4 from Geelong, Brooke Briscoe. In lane 5 from Swimland, Michaela Larkin. In lane 6 from MLC Aquatic, Judy Hussain at the Marn. In lane 7 from Geelong, Sarah Pravilli. In lane 8 from MLC Aquatic, Bella Murchie. And in lane 9 from Shepparton, Kira Shaw. This state record is another one of our ones set by a former Australian Dolphin in Hayley Baker. Set time in a 2:12.42 back in 2009. She represented Australia in this very event in the 200 backstroke at the Long Course World Championships.
She was from your era, wasn't she, Nick?
My era is every era.
Yes. All right, and we're underway here. And pretty even across the field there. It might be lane 6, though. It might be Judy Hamain Hassan there.
She has done a really good job of all her starts this week, but now moving through is Brooke Briscoe in lane 4, and she'll turn first at the 25. Swimming well down here in lane 8 is Bella Murchie, and as well in lane 3, Emily Tullock.
I was going to say, it seems that Brooke Briscoe's race plan, a lot of her 200s is go out pretty hard and attack it.
She does turn first through this first 50 to 32.74, followed by Emily Tullock and Bella Murchie in third. She's keeping that tempo nice and high, and as you can see on the screen at the moment, really controlled and relaxed with her breathing as she approaches her next turn.
You see, too, good underwater, popping up there, probably 6 or 7 metres off that wall.
So Emily Tullock still remains in second place.
tight battle for third, though, between Bella Murchie, probably in the middle of the pool there as well. Is it Michaela Larkin?
There's a number of our girls still in that contention for that third place as we speak. But Brooke Briscoe's looking really controlled out in front. Putting together a good race in lane 3 is Emily Tulloch. She's in our silver medal position. Starting to move through Michaela Larkin and Judy Hussain. Bella Murchie still holding on, but not out of it over there in lane 0 and lane 1. Tiffany Lamb and Sienna Barkey.
Brooke Briscoe's looked really impressive here. She's built the third 50 as we've spoken about. Increased her lead here going into this final turn. Or final 50, I should say. And look at that. Still good underwaters, about 4 or 5 kicks.
Emily Tulloch is still in second, but Judy
good underwater from Judy.
Starting to close that gap with Michaela Larkin also coming nice and
Judy
strong.
Hussain had a really good turn there. You can see her break out, and she might be pushing up into second place here.
So Emily will just hold on to into the final turn in that battle for second.
Oh, it's super tight.
Judy, and looked like Judy had the best of the underwaters and has moved into that silver medal position with Emily in that bronze medal position, but taking the gold out in a fantastic swim.
Brooke Briscoe.
2:19.89. Brooke Briscoe with Judy Hussain getting second.
Yeah, Judy Hussain finished really strong
Emily Tulloch holding on for third from that late charge by Michaela Larkin.
What a great second 100 from Judy Hussain Aman. Alright, event 79 here. Boys, 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke. So in lane 0, we have Brian Zhang from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 1, we have Oscar Krutzberger from Albury North Lavington. In lane 2, Charlie McKenzie from Doncaster Templestowe. Lane 3, Une Geisler from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 4, Edward Meddings from Ballarat Gold. Lane 5, Thomas Sutherland from Western Melbourne Propulsion. In lane 6, Ashley Nichols from Terrelgan Swimming Club. In lane 7, Teddy Ripper from Sale Swimming Club. In lane 8, Felix Dressel de Bruin from Melbourne Swimming Club. And lane 9, Hugh Cran from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic.
So our state record was set back in 2004 by Sam Ashby, who is also on the pool deck this week as the coach of Geelong. His Victorian record time of 1:02.56. Great to see those former swimmers still involved in the sport.
Exactly right.
And imparting their knowledge on the next generation.
I will just mention 1:02 at 15 is seriously quick.
Ashley Nichol out to the best start, but now turning first.
Edward Meddings there.
Yeah.
Great first 25 there from him.
Nice, really nice high stroke rate from Ed Meddings here.
Let's see what he turns. He might turn under 30 here. There you go, 29.34. He's tacking the first 50. I love it.
With Ashley Nichol in second and Une Geisler in third. He's still maintaining that nice high tempo, Edward, through this third 25. Une Geisler starting to challenge Ashley Nichols for that second place.
I reckon he's a crack at the record here.
Ed Meddings turning first. Oh, fantastic last wall by Ashley Nichols. Has closed the margin down.
Oh, he's coming at him, though.
But Edward Meddings will hold on and take this state title out in a time of
2:02.88. Oh, he's missed the record by 0.3.
Just ahead of Ashley Nichols.
1:02.8.
And Une Geisler in third.
He's happy that swim, but I think he realised he was so close to that record. 1:02.8. Now, that was seriously quick. Out to 29.3.
Gave himself a chance at that record and put together a fantastic swim. About 3.5 seconds faster than he posted in this morning's heat session.
Mind you, he did go 1:03.7 this morning, which is not slow.
No.
What an awesome swim.
So we're now presenting the medals for event 77. The boys 14 years 200 backstroke. In first place from Surrey Park, George Chouin. In second place from Bendigo, Henry Allen. And in third place from Ballarat, Charles Snare. And fantastic to see our former world champion, Lindley Frame, presenting the medalist. She was a world champion in the 100-metre breaststroke
Yeah.
in 1994, I believe.
And I think she was still competing up until a couple of years ago as well.
And still swimming incredibly fast, making some Open National
Masters.
semi-finals.
Yeah.
She still made Open National semi-finals. I won't say at what age, but it was very impressive. So now we've moved on to the medal ceremony for event 78. Brooke Briscoe did take the state title out. She's just missing from the presentation. Judy Hussain Rahman in second and Emily Tulloch in third. Again, a few late entrances to the medal ceremony. We are now going to move on to event 80. The finalists for the girls' 15 years 100-metre breaststroke. From Sale in lane 0, Scarlett Travusky. In lane 1, from Tiger Sharks, Sophia Hogg. In lane 2, from Nuttawading, Tali Cronin. In lane 3, from Surrey Park, Riley Cardle. In lane 4, from Geelong Swimming Club, Hayley McKinder. In lane 5 from Yarra Plenty, Emily Vulick. In lane 6 from Surrey Park, Darby Wilkes. In lane 7 from Yarra Plenty, Skylar Hay. In lane 8 from South Gippsland Bass, Sienna Matheson. And in lane 9 from Albury North Lavington, Isabel Vandermeer.
Now look at that Vic age record there. Jenna Straught, another Victorian Olympian, 108.69.
Recently medalled at the Worlds
Games.
and Commonwealth Games. Very big last couple of months for her.
Be interested to see if any of these girls can get under that 110 tonight.
Hayley McKinder has to be the big favourite for this event. But
great
Emily
stuff, Emily Vulick.
starts really strong. But look at Hayley McKinder's tempo here. She's really good at making sure she's driving forward and keeping that tempo nice and high. And those two turn first at that 25-metre. So Emily is getting the better of the turns, whereas Hayley is swimming faster in between. So it's a battle of who's going to come out on top. Now Hayley has moved clear at the 50 turn in the 33.32, half a second in front of Emily. With in third place, Skylar Hay from Yarra Plenty.
I will just mention Emily Vulic's split stroke underwater is really good. Holds it that little bit longer and actually gets a little bit more distance at that free speed. But she hasn't got that tempo across the top of the water that Hayley McKinder has.
Yeah, it is the battle from underwater work versus the top of the water swimming. And it does look like the top of the water swimming is going to win this battle.
Vulic is not going away though. She's staying right there with her. This is going to be a tight finish here.
Nice and tight. It's all about who's going to get
down
the
the wall.
stroke. Hayley McKinder will take it down to 1:11.52, 0.3 of a second ahead of Emily Vulic. And in third place, Skylar Hay.
Gee, Emily Vulic really took it up to her there. She maintained it. It was great skills from Emily Vulic, and that's how she stayed with her, I think.
If we remember back to our long course state championships, Hayley McKinder was far out in front in those long course, whereas short course, Emily was out to make a challenge.
Gained a bit of distance to her. Alrighty. Event 81, the boys' 16-year-old 200-metre backstroke. Lane 0, Tyler Norton from Tiger Shark Swimming Club. Lane 1, Justin Zhu from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 2, Patrick Byrne from Surrey Park. Lane 3, Ryo Hayashi from Furbank. Lane 4, Joshua Carnes from Nuttawading Swimming Club. Lane 5, Jet Birds from Kangaroo Flat. Lane 6, James Lewina from MLC. Lane 7, Harvey Lark from Melbourne Vic Centre. Lane 8, Cam Trugaskis from Melbourne Vic Centre. And Lane 9, Samuel Scudola from Western Melbourne Propulsion. All right, Nick, another 200 backstroke.
And another Victorian record from Nicholas Gronwald for 1:56.07.
That is seriously quick. When I look back at his records, you just shake your head at how fast he was at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Best of the starters, James Luina in lane 6.
It's a great start, wasn't it?
And he's going to lead through this opening 25, just ahead of Rio Hayashi and Joshua Kahns. And James continues to work the walls off that second turn as Rio comes up alongside him, and those two boys will head into the 50-metre turn together, with Rio flipping first and 28.47.
Good turn, wasn't it?
And Rio getting out to 10 metres again off that wall,
Josh
being able
Kahns,
to maintain his rhythm.
Josh Kahns starting to just move through as well. You can see him probably pushing himself up into third, maybe even second by this 75 mark. Be interesting how this next turn goes.
So Rio's still in the lead. Now he's out by about a body length over the rest of the field. The battle for second is nice and tight between Josh, Jet and James in lane 4, 5 and 6. Rio turns first here in a 59.01, ahead of the other three boys all in a 00, between 00.4 and 00.6. Rio looks like he's continuing to put the pressure on in this third 50 to try and maintain that lead over those three boys who'll be able to see each other out of the corner of their eye, and will really trying to increase their tempo here in this third 50.
Rio Hayashi's had a really good third 50 here.
He's now out to 2 body length lead over the field,
isn't it?
with Joshua Kahns moving into an outright second place, just ahead of the battle for third between Jet,
He's
Bird
maintained
and
that
James
speed. He's
Luina.
turned it to 130, so he's holding on to that tempo, that speed perfectly here. If he can come back to the 30 point, we could see a huge swim here. Maybe a 201, maybe a 202.
So he heads into that last turn.
I'd say Josh Kahns is up into second place there. He's had a really strong last 50 metres here. And that battle for third between Jet Bird and James Luina is on, but I think it's going to be Rio Hayashi will take it out.
Rio will take this out. It's just a question of how fast he will be able to go, and he touches in a 202.76 ahead of Joshua Kahns. And getting the battle for third is Jet Bird.
Well, Rio really summed that perfectly, didn't he?
Yeah, so
out pretty quick.
Out in 28,
yeah,
and then sort of 31, 31, 31. So really well-paced swim.
I think too, his skills were very consistent.
He probably was no further than 10 metres underwater off any wall, but no less than 8.5.
Now we move on to the medals now for event 79, the boys 15-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. In first place was Edward Meddings from Ballarat Gold. In second place was Ashley Nichols from Traralgon Swimming Club. And in third place was Une Geisler from Nunawading. Give us a bit of a signal to the boys there or something. Not sure there.
Teenage boys never know what hand signals they've created.
Might be a TikTok or something. Showing our age here, Nick.
Seeing some shots of the busy warm-up pools in action.
That's contested over there. Thankfully, we have 2 pools tonight being used for warm down.
Giving our athletes plenty of room to cool down as we move to the medal ceremony event 80, the girls 15 years 100 breaststroke. Hayley McKinder taking out the gold medal and state title, ahead of Emily Vulick in second, and Emily's teammate Skylar Hay in third. Congratulations, girls. We now move on to event 82, our girls 16 years 200 metre backstroke state short course championship final. In lane 0 from Surrey Park, Annabelle Glover. In lane 1, Alessandra Southern from Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 2 from Traralgon, Molly Cargill. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Alyssa Lever. In lane 4 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Sienna Shepherd. In lane 5 from MLC Aquatic, Mackenzie Hunter. In lane 6 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Alexandra Skinner. In lane 7 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Emma Gregory. In lane 8 from Geelong Swimming Club, Celeste Ellis. And in lane 9 from Surrey Park, Madeline Burns. Another one of our 200 backstroke records that it was established by Hayley Baker in a 208.64 back in 2011. So look for Sienna's underwater here. as she in her earlier races, really strong off those underwater dolphins. And she will come up in front, half a body length in front of the rest of the field, but also
Lane
swimming well
7
over
though,
in lane
Emma Gregory.
1. Yeah, and Alexandra Southern in lane 1.
Yep.
So those three will lead through the opening 25.
Shepherd's underwaters
yes.
there. You can see it off that turn. About 8 or 9 metres really there, maybe even 10.
And really controlled tempo through this first 50. Sienna will lead at the 50-metre turn.
Having a good swim out here, though, in lane 7. She's
So Sienna leads
Hunter
with Mackenzie in second and Alexandra Southern in third.
Pretty tight across the field, though, in terms of between second, third and fourth. And I think Mackenzie Hunter has probably caught up a little bit here in this at the 75-metre mark next to Sienna, but Sienna had the better of the turns, and you can see her going past that 10 metres.
Yeah, she's really using those dolphins and trying to stay nice and relaxed through the swimming part. Moving into third place now is Alexandra Southern. Starting to be challenged in lane 3 by Alyssa Lever. Turning first is Sienna Shepherd in a 106.12, ahead of Mackenzie Hunter, and Alyssa Lever in now moving into third, having a tight battle with Alexandra Southern over in lane 1. Sienna Shepherd's now moved out to a body length lead in this third 50 and is trying to pick up that tempo from that relaxed tempo she had at the start.
Yeah. I mean, she's maintained her lead. She's led from start to finish. She's controlled it here. And she's going to come down here in this last 50 with a solid lead by about 2 seconds. So it's a lot to catch up in the last 50 here for Mackenzie Hunter. And Alyssa Lever there is in third.
Alyssa put together a really good middle 100 to consolidate that third place over that tight battle.
Alexandra Southern's still not going away probably, though, and out here close to us, Emma Gregory. But it's all eyes on the middle of the pool here, and Sienna Shepherd is going to take this one out. And Mackenzie Hunter in second, but let's see what the time is here. So this morning she went at 2:17. She's going to go well under that here, 2:15.0. Followed by 2:17 from Mackenzie Hunter. And in third place, Alyssa Lever does get there at a 2:20.49.
And good to see a number of our swimmers in those outside lanes swimming faster than they did in this morning's heat session. Some of them by 3, 4 or 5 seconds.
All right, so we move on to the boys now. 17-18, 100-metre breaststroke. And in lane 0, we have James Morrow from Western Melbourne Propulsion. In lane 1, we have Brandon Wilson from Shepparton Swimming Club. In lane 2, Joshua Gomes from Art Minas Aquatic. In lane 3, Isaac Bellinger from Surrey Park Swimming Club. In lane 4, Lewis Ainley from Bayside. In lane 5, Callum Halloran Lavelle from Warrigal Swim Club. In lane 6, we have Evan Chi from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 7, Sam Matheson from MLC. In lane 8, Haruki Nakanashi from Nunawading. And in lane 9, Gabriel Cornwell from Melbourne Swimming Club. I'm expecting maybe some 101s here, Nick. Possibly. I think, look at those heat swims there, 103. Look how even it is between 103.2 to 103.8 is first, second, third, fourth.
So it will be really important to get that time of their stroke correct so they can finish on a full stroke. So in lane 5, Callum Halloran Lavelle leads through this first 25 ahead of Louis Ainley.
All right, so it looks like is it going to be Halloran Lavelle leading us through? Not quite. Lewis Ainsley at a 29.1. Out nice and quick.
Giving himself a chance to post a fast time. Really good turn by Callum.
Ballinger probably in third place. Over there
also
in lane
swimming
3.
well in lane 2, Joshua Gomes. And in lane 6, Evan Chi.
There's going to be a tight battle here between these two boys. Great turn again from Halloran Lavelle. I think Halloran Lavelle might have him in front. Coming
Louis
down the touch.
Ainley is coming. He's coming strong.
It's going to be a touch.
And Louis is going to get the touch.
No! Callum gets it 102.0.
In third place, Isaac Ballinger.
103.0.
But fantastic battle between Louis and Callum.
0.03.
It looked like
I'll
Louis
figure it
had
out.
timed it fantastically, but Callum was just able to speed that last stroke up and get his hands on the wall nice and quickly to take out that heat win.
Alrighty, so medal presentations now. So the boys' 16-year-old 200-meter backstroke. And in first place was Rio Hayashi from Furbank. In second place was Joshua Carnes. And in third place was Jet Bird from Kangaroo Flats. And we now move on to the medal presentation for event 82, the girls' 16-year-old 200-meter backstroke. In first place was Sienna Shepherd from Melbourne Big Centre. Second place was Mackenzie Hunter. And in third place was Alyssa Lever from Nunawading Swimming Club.
So we're now moving on to our event 84, the girls 17-18 100-meter breaststroke. From Caulfield Aquatics, in lane 0, Annabelle Hinson. In lane 1 from MLC Aquatic, Lily Schroeder. In lane 2 from Traralgon, Eliza Watts. In lane 3 from Nunawading, Taylor Viney. In lane 4 from MLC, Charlie Millard. In lane 5, Sunfari Park, Michelle Wisbowski. In lane 6 from South Gippsland Bass, Sophie McKenzie. In lane 7 from Warrnambool, Michaela Bond. And in lane 8 from Aubrey North Lavington, Annika Sorensen. So just the time final for this girls 17-18 100-meter breaststroke. So some of our form might be a little bit hidden.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see how fast they can go without a hit out this morning.
I know that Charlie Millard has been put together a fantastic split in the 4x50 medley relay last night.
She started well here alongside her Taylor Viney as well. But will be Millard leading through that first 25.
She's pulled out to about a 3/4 of a body length lead over the opening 25, with Taylor Viney in second.
She's looking really strong here.
But also swimming well in lane 6, Sophie McKenzie. Turns first, Charlie Millard, 32.19, ahead of Sophie McKenzie and Taylor Viney in third. Charlie's doing a really good job of keeping that tempo up nice and high, but still getting lots of drive forward on each stroke.
Yeah, you can see that the length she's getting with each stroke. She's holding that length with each one. She's not shortening up yet. She's keeping her rate nice and consistent.
Making a big move in that third 25 with Misha Wabowski, and has moved into second place.
Yeah, it's a tight battle for second between Misha and Taylor Viney, but also Sophie McKenzie finishing strong. She might run out of tarmac though. But
Charlie,
there you go, 108.75
takes that, and the touch for second does go to Misha Wabowski, ahead of Taylor Viney in third. Really strong second 50 by Misha there to move herself from out of the medals all the way up to second place.
So we move on now to event 85, the boys' 13-year-old 200-meter backstroke. In lane 0, Lemuel Junasara from Nunawading. In lane 1, James Hay from Western Melbourne Propulsion. In lane 2, George Z from MLC Aquatic. In lane 3, Oliver McCormack from Ballarat Gold. In lane 4, Lewis G from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 5, Archie Kreutzberger from Albury North Lavington. In lane 6, Darwin Prahom from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 7, Bosco Jew from Ballarat Swimming Club. In lane 8, Brodie Cargill from Terrelgan. And in lane 9, Hugh Munro from South Gippsland Bass. Underway here, Nick, with this 200-metre backstroke.
Pulled out really nice and high off that wall.
There's a great start.
With Darwin getting the best of the starts, as he has in a number of his races.
That's great skills, doesn't he?
But turning first at the 25 will be Lewis G. As the boys start to settle down into their rhythm that they want to try and hold now for this whole 200. Lewis G is going to turn first at the 50. In a time of 31.81, ahead of Archie Kreutzberger, and in third place, Oliver McCormack. So the boys are settling down into that nice rhythm, but the aim here is to try and keep it high tempo, but feeling relaxed. With just soft legs at this moment, still kicking, but soft legs, really working walls, coming up with speed, accelerate out of those turns for those opening few strokes. And Lewis G is doing a really good job. He's extended out to a body length lead here.
He's looking really relaxed too. His stroke rate's not too high, and he's getting nice distance off those walls, and he hasn't brought those legs in just yet. He's going to start to bring the legs in, you'd reckon, his third and fourth 50.
Now moving into third is Darwin Prathom.
Kreutzberg is just starting to move up though.
Archie is a racer. We know that about him. He gives a good race in everything he does. That lead is just starting to creep out over that body length now as we approach the 150-metre turn.
Well, Lewis has led it from start to finish, and it's going to be hard to catch him here in this last 50.
So Lewis turns first, Archie in second, Darwin in third, and in fourth place, Oliver McCormack. Those three look like they do have the control of the medals here. There's some great battles lower down in the field.
He's catching up, though, to Darwin Prahom, whether he can battle it out for that third. But, yeah, Lewis G is going to win this one pretty comfortably now, though. Archie hasn't gone away completely. He's given it a good crack, and he's finishing strong, too.
He's just maintaining that body length behind that Lewis established nice and early. And Lewis takes down a 2:15.57. Archie in second. A second Victorian is Darwin, and winner of the bronze medal for third Victorian will be Oliver McCormack.
So Nick, we have a few medal presentations now.
We're getting that rhythm going.
We are getting a bit of a rhythm.
So this is our medal ceremony for event 83, the boys 17-18 100-metre breaststroke. Callum was our champion from Warragul. In second place from Bayside was Louis Ainley. And in third place from Surrey Park was Isaac Ballinger. Congratulations to those three boys. We'll move on to a second medal ceremony here. Our medal ceremony for event 84, the girls 17-18 100-metre breaststroke. Our winner of the gold medal and Victorian state champion is from MLC Aquatic, Charlie Millard, with a fantastic swim there. From Surrey Park, winning the silver medal, Misha Wabowski. And in third place from Nunawading, and winner of the bronze medal, Taylor Viney. We're now moving on to event 86. Another one of our 200 backstroke events. And this is for our 13-year-old girls. So then 86, our 13-year-olds, 200-metre backstroke state final. In lane 0, representing MLC Aquatic, Lucy Crouch. In lane 1, from Nuttawading, Salia White. In lane 2, from St Leonard's, Annie Steele. In lane 3, from Geelong, Annie Steinen. In lane 4, from MLC Aquatic, Lily Kosh. In lane 5, from Haileybury, Alana McDuff. In lane 6, from Nuttawading, Kira Surawira. In lane 7, from Laverton Wyndham, Misha Nicholson. In lane 8, from Melton, Chloe Burke. And in lane 9, from MLC Aquatic, Millie Dodd. It's good to see Millie in lane 9. She does appear to like the outside lanes, regardless if it's a heat or a final. So I expect to see a good performance here from Millie in lane 9. We're just going to make a bit of adjustment to our ledge here. Alana in lane 5 is having a couple of ledge issues on our backstroke starting ledges.
Looks like it might not have been clicked into gear there. So just readjust it, put it up a little bit higher for her.
So
as we know, every swimmer is a little bit different in terms of their preference of where they have their kicker or their wedge to start with in backstroke.
So you've got 5 different choices. You can have it 4 centimetres above the water, 2 centimetres above the water, at water level, 2 centimetres below or 4 centimetres below. So there's 5 different choices. And there are a little bit fiddly, and so our timekeepers and technical officials are just helping to make sure that we've got it all good to go and it's holding up to the pressure once you put some pressure on. Sometimes you can look like it's in place.
And it's not quite.
And then when you put your pressure and when you've got those feet on the wall, it slips away. So it's always good to check that as you hop into the water.
The thing is too as well is that there's no right or wrong answer in terms of where you have the ledge. It's all based on preference of where you like it. I think you'll find the taller swimmers will, it's a bit harder to bend down, so they still have it a little bit lower normally.
Yeah, so the only rule is that you need to make sure your toes are in touch with the touchpad.
Yeah.
So you can't just be on the ledge, your toes have to be touching the touchpad. Leading through this first 25 will be Jessie Steinem and Lily Kosh.
Lily Kosh there, yeah. Good underwater from her there, you can see that. Steinem came up alongside her though, and also there in lane 2 is Annie Steele from St Leonard's.
And Alana McDuff in lane 5.
So they've got about 4 of them, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit clear of the field. With Lily Kosh now half a second clear as we go through that 50-metre turn.
So Steinman looks like she's comfortably in the second place now, and it's a battle in that third position, as you're saying, between Annie Steele and Alana McDuff. But it looks like Lily Kosh has maybe just built a little bit of a lead now. About a length of a body, about a body length of a lead.
And she's keeping her tempo up nice and high through this.
She's sitting really nice and high in the water too. You can see her hips up, not kicking too hard.
I was speaking to her post-Metro Championships, and what she was working on is making sure her second 100 was stronger.
Yeah.
As she's still learning it, as all our 13-year-olds, she had gone out really strong in the past and not quite being able to hold it together towards the end. So she's really working on trying to make sure that her second 100, she's able to maintain that tempo and pressure. Now, she looks like she's doing a really good job here through the third 50 as Lily moves clear, as so does Jessie Steinman in lane 3.
Now, I will note that she was about 1.5 seconds in front at the 100-metre mark. And now we'll get to see whether she's increased that lead by a little bit. And you can see she has now increased it to about 2 seconds. So it was a strong third 50
and
there from her.
Alana McDuff is now 3/4 of a second clear of Annie Steele in their battle for the bronze medal.
But it looks like first and second is pretty much sewn up from here with Lily Kosh taking it out. And Jessie Steinman looks like she'll be comfortably in second place now.
So the underwater's starting to get a little bit short off that last wall.
Steinman still had a really good turn there, though. And she probably is catching her here in this last 25, but has run out of tarmac, you'd think.
So Lily has done a really good job, kept that tempo nice and high, and is going to go into touch and take this state title out in a 2:20.42. Ahead of Jessie Steinman in second, and Alana McDuff in lane 5 coming in for third.
So I just heard the announcers saying that they're going to start calling in the marshalling for the relays. The best time of the night of relays. It's the best way to finish the night. So we move on now to the boys' 14-year-old, 200-metre butterfly. Now, this is a straight final. So, in lane 2, we have Xavier Agaya from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 3, we have Peter Behrens from Melton Swimming Club. In lane 4, we have Eric He from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 5, we have Hamish Robson from MLC Aquatic. In lane 6, we have Jack Moran from Tiger Shark Swimming Club. And in lane 7, we have Riley Hodgkins from DVE Aquatic.
So again, this was just a straight final for our Braid 6 boys.
Yeah, we've spoken a bit about the 2 fly, haven't we? It's a daunting event. I think it's such a mental battle, though, I think, too.
3/4 of the battle to do your first one is a mental battle. And then once you start to learn and develop it, you understand it is just like another 200s.
Yeah.
Eric He's doing a really good job in this opening 50. He's staying long and relaxed and is going to lead through at the 50-metre turn in a 28.74.
Out nice and fast, which is good, attacking it.
So Hamish Robson in second, and in third place, both Xavier Uguri and Peter Behrens. So Eric He's doing a fantastic job here of keeping his tempo long but high. So nice high tempo but long strokes. He's really staying high in the water. His hips and feet, you can see at the surface the whole time to keep that good body position going. And he turns through the 100 and 102.11 ahead of Hamish Robson. And Peter Behrens is now in outright third ahead of Xavier Uguri. So Eric He is now extended out to a 2-body length lead and he's keeping his tempo nice and consistent through the 125-metre mark. He's staying underwater out to about the 5.5-metre mark off that turn. Same for Hamish, as well as Peter Behrens. So our leaders all getting out just past the flags off the wall in this third 50. So coming into the 150-metre turn, Eric still leads by almost 3 seconds now over Hamish Robson and Peter Behrens. The gap between those top 3 is about 2.5 body lengths between each one of them. As Eric He turns for the last time at the 175-metre mark, coming up just before the flags. Now it's really important in this last 25 that he maintains his tempo, keeps his rhythm going, and he finishes under the flags, and will take this state title out in a time of 2:12.66 ahead of Hamish Robson in second, coming strong over here in lane 8, but running out of room in the battle for third. Peter Behrens does hold off Riley Hodgson for third. Fantastic swim by all 6 of our boys in our 200-metre butterfly event.
All right.
So we're now moving on to event 88. Our girls 14 years 200-metre butterfly. In lane 1 from HC Swim Club, Zoe Englert. In lane 2 from Bayside, Sienna Barkey. In lane 3 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Nell Pete. In lane 4 from MLC Aquatic, Isabella Osborne. In lane 5 from MLC Aquatic, Judy Hussain Imam. In lane 6 from MLC Aquatic, Miranda Gu. And in lane 8 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Kira Lars Kalarson.
So we did have a scratch in this one in lane 7. So this is our final event before we move on to the relays. I will make mention, sorry there, Nick, that it's really hard for the swimmer when you've got 2 lanes either side of you with no one around you. So really important to swim your own race.
Yeah, good chance. Just focus on yourself, focus on what you're doing, as that's what we should really be doing in every race, ideally anyway. Leading through the first 25 is Isabella Osborne.
Out nice and quick, wasn't she?
With Nell Pete in second and Judy Hussain in third.
Bit of an MLC triple header in the middle of the pool. So it's really important, especially at 2 fly, you want to be finishing on full strokes. You don't want to be taking extra strokes where you don't have to.
Or you don't want to be gliding into the wall and losing your speed,
Momentum.
and then may having to try and generate speed in and out of that wall. So
Exactly
it's really
right.
important trying to land on a full stroke in every turn. A little bit short there from Isabel Osborne, but probably that slightly shorter stroke is better than a long glide into the wall.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
She still leads Nell Pete and Judy in third as we come towards the 100-metre turn. Isabella's doing a really good job of keeping that tempo up nice and high.
Miranda Goose having a good swim here
Turns
too.
through in a 107.0 ahead of Nell, and Miranda is now moving into third.
Well, I think Nell Pete's just starting to catch her a little bit here in this third 50. You can see her just moving up ever slightly there.
So both swimmers getting out to about the 4.5 to 5 metres off their turns. Again, this is that third 50. It's all important about keeping those hips up, keeping that tempo going. Nell Pete's doing a really good job and staying that body length behind, not letting Isabella Osborne get any further ahead. A little bit close on that
145.
turn. That gives a chance for Nell Pete to close the distance off this 150-metre
It's
turn.
about a 1.5 second
with
lead
Miranda
heading into
Gu
this
also
lap.
swimming well in third place over here in lane 6.
Yeah, Miranda Goose having a really good swim here. Now she has maintained, I reckon she has gained a little bit extra, but probably not enough though in this last 25.
She's able to. So Nell's was able to stay underwater a little bit longer on that last turn to close the distance back down to that body length, but it hasn't been able to make any more ground on that swimming.
The swimming speed
really
by
strongly
Osborne
in this
has been
last
really
50s,
impressive.
Miranda Gu, but Isabella Osborne will take this one out in a 2:24.23 ahead of Nell Pete, and in third place Miranda Gu.
So it's a great 2 fly there, girls. Congratulations. We move on now to the fun part of the night, Nick. The relay time.
It does appear that we are going to do a few medal presentations before we move on to those relays.
I think the lads are pretty pumped though. You can see them behind the blocks. They're getting pretty excited. So event 85, boys 13-year-old 200-metre backstroke medal presentation. And so first place was Lewis Chi from Nunawading. In second place was Archie Kreutzberger, was second place. Now there was also a second Victorian, Starwin Param was in second Victorian because Archie is a visitor. And in third place was Oliver McCormack, Ballarat Gold. We now move on to the event 86, the girls' 13-year-old 200-metre backstroke medal presentation. And the winner of the gold medal was Lily Kosh from MLC. The second place was Jessie Steinman from Geelong Swimming Club. And third place was Alana McDuff from Haileybury Aquatic.
So we're now going to move on to event 91. Our boys 13 to... No, we're going to hit...
Oh, we're going to continue with our medal
We are
presentation.
going to do the event 87. I'm not sure if any of those swimmers are over in the medal ceremony area.
So Eric He was in first place from Nunawading Aquatic. Second place was Hamish Robson from MLC. And in third place was...
A number of these
Peter
swimmers
Behrens.
will be getting ready for the relays for their clubs. So that's probably why they haven't made it over to the medal ceremony area. are going to present the medals for event 88 now. The girls 14 years, 200 metre butterfly. So Isabella Osborne was our state champion from MLC Aquatic. In second place from Melbourne Swimming Club and winner of the silver medal was Nell Pete. And our bronze medalist from MLC Aquatic, Miranda Goo. Those swimmers will be able to pick up their medals shortly. As we move now on to event 91, the first of our relay events tonight, our boys 13 to 18, 200 metre freestyle relay. So it's a 4x50 freestyle relay. We have 4 heats of this. So our relays are all timed finals.
So it doesn't matter what heat you're in, as long as you go a fast time, you can win a medal.
With our time finals, we move from our slowest heats to our fastest heats. Unlike with our preliminaries that move on to finals where we swim fastest heats first, in our time finals, we swim our slowest heats first. In lane 1 from Ballarat Gold B. In lane 2, D5 Swimming Club A. In lane 3, Swimland Swim Club A. In lane 4, Ringwood Swimming Club A. In lane 5, Western Melbourne Propulsion B. In lane 6, CGGS Aquatic A. In lane 7, Lavender and Wyndham Aquatic A. And in lane 8, Burbank Aquastars B.
I was going to say too, it's a really good team morale building sort of, I guess, way to finish the night. You often get guys from different age groups, different squads, combining together in a relay. And looking strong here in lane 6 is CGS, the Aquatic.
It was a fantastic opening leg by CGGS, and they still continue to lead through the halfway mark, ahead of Propulsion, with D5 swimming in third.
James Morrow in the water now. He's a pretty quick swimmer, and he's gaining some ground here on CGGS.
Those first two teams are out by a little bit of a margin, but it's really tight in that battle for 3rd through 7th in this heat.
I can see Propulsion is starting to gain here. This will be an interesting last 50 between these two teams. So just 0.3 of a second separates these two now.
So they've led from the start. Will they be able to maintain that lead? That was fantastic changeover, and they've re-extended their lead over Melbourne Propulsion. CGGS Aquatic will take this opening heat out. The battle for 3rd in this heat is incredibly tight between Ballarat Gold, D5, Swimland and Ringwood. But taking this heat out will be CGGS Aquatic.
143. Okay, they have smashed that there. Okay.
Head of Propulsion. And D5 coming in for 3rd.
Now, mind you, they were into the 148. Was their entry time.
So that is the time to beat. That 143.21 is currently sitting in the hot seats.
Yep, let's see what the second heat can produce. Now, the first heat seemed to go by the second one. This one could be pretty quick as well.
So in lane 0, we have DVE. Is heat 2.
In lane 0, we have DVE. Lane 1, we have Melton. Lane 2, Geelong. Lane 3, Cheltenham. Lane 4, Northwest Aquatic. Lane 5, Western Melbourne Propulsion. Lane 6, Melbourne Big Centre. Lane 7, Flyers Swim Team. Lane 8, Maccabi Ajax Swimming Club. And Lane 9, South Gippsland Base.
Getting the best of the starts in Lane 7 of the Flyers team, represented by Oliver Whelan.
Pretty even across the field here, Nick.
Starting to move through is the Melbourne Vic Centre B team in lane 6. Yeah. And they will lead through at this 50-metre changeover in a time of 24.97. Ahead of Flyers with Propulsion A team in 3rd. So clubs are allowed to enter a maximum of 2 teams in these relays. Melbourne Vic Centre has extended their lead out to 3/4 of body length in this second leg as we approach the 100-metre exchange.
Over there in lane 3, Cheltenham having a really good swimmer, Xavier Carney. He's got his team right up into 3rd place, possibly even 2nd. Not quite, so they're sitting in 3rd. So they're a team just to watch out for here.
So Melbourne Vic Centre continue to lead here in Heat 2. That margin's being reduced by a fantastic swim from Western Melbourne Propulsion in this 3rd leg from Ahmed.
Yeah, okay, tell you what, Propulsion are coming here. Yeah, it's all about this important changeover. You can see the different style of changeovers here. The Vic Centre boys starting with their foot behind the kick and then jumping in. Oh, great underwater there from Propulsion. The breakout was awesome. He came up and he gained a lot of ground there on Vic Centre.
And he is going to move through into the lead
I think he's
at
in
the
front.
25 metre to go mark.
He's going to come over the top here. You
So
can see
it will
his
be
skills
Melbourne
there.
Propulsion who take this second heat out. Let's see if they can beat the time of that first heat. That was a 1:43.2. And Propulsion will move into the hot seat, a 1:41.22. Ahead of Melbourne Vic Centre in second and Cheltenham in third.
You can see the Propulsion coaches are happy over there. Old Seb looks pretty happy across the side of the pool.
So behind the blocks, we now have heat 3. In lane 0, Geelong Swimming Club A. In lane 1, Furbank Aquastars A. Lane 2, Caulfield Aquatics A. Lane 3, HC Swim Club A. Lane 4, Surrey Park B. Lane 5, Doncaster Templestowe A. Lane 6, Doncaster Templestowe B. Lane 7, Yarra Plenty A. Lane 8, Ballarat Gold A. And in lane 9, Bayside A. Swimming really well in lane 5 is Doncaster Templestowe A team.
Yeah.
That inter-club rivalry in this
Lane
heat.
2, Alan William there from Camberwell having a good
Doncaster
swim too.
will lead through in a 24.33 ahead of
Caulfield
Caulfield
Sorry,
Grammar.
Caulfield, sorry, that was
And
Camberwell.
in third place was Ballarat Gold.
It's pretty tight across the field though now.
Caulfield has now moved into the
Surrey
lead.
Park starting to catch up
And
here
Surrey
as well.
Park moving through the middle. Also swimming well out in lane 0 is Geelong. And fantastically well in lane 8 is Ballarat Gold. And Ballarat Gold will turn first at the 100s. Ballarat Gold lead ahead of Surrey Park,
yeah, Surrey
with
Park
Doncaster Templestowe A in third.
Great underwater though from Doncaster A there. Connor Hayes had a great breakout. You can see him explode off the blocks there and he gained a bit of a lead. I reckon they're back in front now, Doncaster.
Yes, Doncaster has taken over the lead through Cody Greenwood. And they've moved out to 3/4 body length lead over Surrey Park, has now moved into second, and Ballarat Gold in third. As we enter the
Surrey
final
Park
exchange.
into second now, and followed by, so in front we have Doncaster, Surrey Park in second. Now don't sleep on Caulfield over there in lane 2 as well. They're coming through. They're a real big chance here too.
So Doncaster still lead by 3/4 body length. Surrey Park and Caulfield
Caulfield are
really
coming
strong.
home really strong here. And also close to us, EC Waves having a great swim.
So we'll hold on and take this heat out in a 1:38.77 ahead
you
of
go.
Caulfield with
And
Surrey
then-
Park in third.
All right. Final heat here,
So
Nick.
Doncaster Templestowe A team are now in the hot seat.
They are in front
The time
here.
to beat is at 1:38.77. So we're now moving on to heat 4 in lane 0, Melbourne Swimming Club A. Lane 1, MLC Aquatic B. Lane 2, Nunawading Swimming Club A or B team. Lane 3, Surrey Park A. Lane 4, Nunawading A. Lane 5, MLC A. Lane 6, Haileybury Aquatic A. Lane 7, Traralgon A. Lane 8, Melbourne Vic Centre A. And in lane 9, Campbell Grammar.
Now, Yannick Zhang had an awesome start there. He came underwater. He broke out at the 15. You can see him explode off the turn here. And look at the underwater right there. He's
We
just
saw
broken
him
the field.
break the state record last night in the 50 freestyle.
And out close to us in lane
Let's see how
7,
close he goes
Traralgon.
today,
Nicholas,
22.8.
Ashley Nichols. Oh, 22-8.
So it is Nunawading leading ahead of Traralgon and Surrey Park in third.
In the middle of the pool now, Surrey Park might move you up into second place, or is it MLC? It's hard to say.
Traralgon is still holding on to their second place.
Traralgon's
just
still
ahead of
hanging on.
Surrey Park. But Nunawading's
MLC
got that
coming
body
through
length
now.
lead through Yanning Zhang, and they've continued it through Jason Llewellyn as they enter the 100-metre turn in front of Surrey Park and Traralgon.
So Surrey Park are definitely up into second place. There was a really good changeover from the boys there.
Moving into third is now MLC. So Nunawading continues to lead.
All right, here we go. The final 50 here. Nunawading's to lose. MLC in third. Surrey Park in second. And I think it might be Toby McCormack in the water now. Is it last for MLC? He's a pretty fast 50-metre
Nunawading has
freestyle.
got this under control, but the battle for second between Surrey Park and MLC is neck and neck as we go into the final 25. MLC get the better of the turns and move alongside Surrey Park. It is going to be Nunawading who will take this last heat out, but MLC storming home to take second ahead of Surrey Park.
There we go.
1:32.17. all those three teams are the
Confident in the
fastest
medals.
few teams,
Yeah, they're our
fastest
fastest
three
teams.
teams. So they will be our medal winners, provided there were no accidental early changeovers. So we're now going to move along to event 92. The girls 13 to 18, 4x50 freestyle, 13 to 18 relay. So we had 4 heats of boys action. We also have 4 heats of the girls action in this event. Behind the blocks is heat 1. In lane 3, Burbank Aquastars B. In lane 4, Shepparton Swimming Club A. Lane 5, Ballarat Gold Swimming B. And in lane 6, Swimland A.
I mean, coaches will bang on about all the time when you practice relay changeovers, how important they are, but you can see it there. If you nail the changeover, it's almost a second. You can take off. It's 0.6, that often you'll see the difference between, taking off as a dead start versus a relay changeover. If you're doing that 3 or 4 times and you nail it, you can take off easily a second and a half just off that.
And it's definitely a skill you need to practice because you need to get the feedback on, okay, you can go a little bit faster. No, that was too early. But the most important person in a changeover is not the person on the blocks. It's actually the person swimming into the wall.
It is.
You rely on that swimmer swimming into the water to finish on a full stroke so that you're predictable so you can know when to do your changeover. So leading in this opening heat is Burbank and Shepparton through that first 25. Shepparton getting the best of the turns, and they have started to extend their lead in this opening heat.
Shepparton, wasn't it?
So Stephanie Moran is going to touch first here in this opening heat after the first leg.
So here at 28.4.
Ahead of Burbank.
Well under that 30.
And Ballarat Gold in third. I do believe that we just had a sister-to-sister changeover in lane 3 from the Burbank team. Anna changing over to her younger sister, Alice. So hopefully they got that changeover nailed down.
They should have been able to practice a fair bit, those two. They'd know each other pretty well and how they swim.
But Shepparton is well out in front here. And now moving into second is Swimland, just ahead of Ballarat Gold and Burbank.
It's about a 3-second lead here, so this is Shepparton's to lose.
So Izzy continues to lead for Shepparton and maintain that lead that her opening 2 teammates had set up in this opening heat. Swimland is consolidating their second place, and now moving back into third is Burbank Aquastars. And they're actually starting to challenge Swimland again as we conclude this third leg. Shepparton go in first, Burbank second, and Swimland in third as we enter our fourth and final leg. So Shepparton will take this opening heat out.
I think Swimland have gained a bit of ground here, but it's not going to be enough. And Burbank finishing pretty strong as well. Bit of a tight battle for second, but I think Swimland might get second here. Shepparton taking out pretty comfortably. Let's see the time here. So 1:57.4. That's our time to beat now. That's our benchmark. Followed by Swimland and then Burbank and Ballarat Gold coming in there in fourth.
So behind the blocks, we now have Heat 2. In lane 0, Gisborne Thunder A. Lane 1, Melton A. Lane 2, Laverton Wyndham A. Lane 3, Burbank Aquastars A. Lane 4, Warrigal Swimming Club A. Lane 5, CGGS Aquatic A. Lane 6, Ballarat Gold A. Lane 7, DV Aquatic A. Lane 8, Cheltenham B. And lane 9, Flyers A.
All right, so 1:57.4. That's our time to beat.
Getting off to a really good start there from Laverton Wyndham. In lane 2 is Michaela. Also swimming well in lane 5.
Yeah, CGS. Yeah, Shana McClure. Yeah, you're right. Over there in lane 2 at the moment.
Laverton Wyndham may just lead, but it's very tight on the touch. Laverton Wyndham do just lead ahead of CGS Aquatic, and in third place was Ballarat Gold. But those first 5 teams are nice and even, with less than 0.3 of a second between them as they turn after 25 metres of this second leg.
Well, Laverton are still hanging on to that lead at the moment. It's always interesting your tactics you go. Do you go fastest to slowest? You put your fastest last? What's your tactic?
Gold has now moved into the lead at the 100-metre changeover, ahead of Laverton Wyndham, and Warrigal now into third. Fantastic underwaters from Warragul, and they've probably popped up in the lead with Furbank moving into second, challenging Ballarat's golds.
Well, this is a tight battle here, Nick. It's hard to pick them. Whether it's Ballarat, whether it's
so Warragul continue to lead.
There.
Ballarat and Furbank neck and neck for second, with CGS Aquatic just behind. So Warragul lead into the final changeover, just ahead of Ballarat Gold and Furbank. Fantastic underwater by Ballarat Gold has reduced that margin to Warragul as those two look to battle out this second heat.
This is a really tight battle here. It's hard to pick at this stage. These two are dead even right now, though.
Lead now, ahead of Warragul and storming home into
Warragul's
third.
finishing pretty strong, though.
Also finishing fast at DVE.
I think Ballarat are going to take it out. Coming down the wall, it is Ballarat there.
Gold take it out ahead of Warragul. And third place was the late charge from Layla Mahfouz, representing Melton over in lane 1.
All right, moving on to heat 3 here now. In lane 0, we have Gen Aquatic. Lane 1, Western Melbourne Propulsion. Lane 2, Camberwell Grammar Aquatic. Lane 3, Melbourne Swimming Club. Lane 4, Nunawading Swimming Club. Lane 5, Geelong Swimming Club. Lane 6, Surrey Park. Lane 7, Melbourne Vic Centre. Lane 8, Cheltenham. And lane 9, Geelong Swimming Club.
So our new time to beat of 1:55.29. Very even across the start here in
Good
this
start,
third
though,
heat.
from it looks like it's Kira Lee Shepherd. Might be her leading through that first 25. Or is alongside the Nicole Briscoe's having a
also
good swim
swimming
as well.
really well in lane 0 from Gen Aquatic, Clara Seidel.
Pretty tight between those three, really, as we come down the touch. And even out wide closely, was it
So Geelong,
Corrine Tan as
Geelong lead from Nunawading with Gen Aquatic in third. So we move through the opening 25, and Geelong has consolidated their lead in this opening 25 of the second leg. Just moving just ahead of Nunawading and moving into third, now Melbourne Swim Club.
Yeah, it looks like Geelong have a slight lead here going into this 100-metre mark. Let's see the times. Just .009 of the second separating these two teams now. Oh, great underwater, though, from Geelong there. Off the breakout.
So now Nunawading has moved back into the lead as they turn halfway through this third leg. But strong underwaters from Geelong to close that gap down again.
Great turn, though, from Nunawading there. You can see him break out through there.
So it's just a stroke in it as we go into this final changeover. Nunawading enters ahead of Geelong.
By about half a second.
Campbell Grammar in third.
Oh, it's going to be a tight battle here. Geelong are not giving up yet. They're not going away anywhere.
So Nunawading does
this is
lead
really
into
tight.
the final
This
25.
is tight. A good turn from Geelong as well.
Nunawading continue to hold on to that leader and just about three-quarters of body length lead in front now, and are going to take
Finishing
out
strong, though, is
now.
also Melbourne, and they're going to pick up third here. Let's see, it's like 149.7.
149 for Melbourne, with Geelong in
149.7.
second, Melbourne third, and Campbell Grammar Aquatic in fourth.
All right, final heat here, Nick. So lane 0, we have Bayside Swimming Club. Lane 1, we have MLC Aquatic. Lane 2, Yarra Plenty Waves, A. Lane 3, Melbourne Swimming Club. Lane 4, Nunawading Swimming Club. Lane 5, Melbourne Vic Centre. Lane 6, MLC Aquatic. Lane 7, Surrey Park. Lane 8, Terralgan Swimming Club. And Lane 9, Haileybury Aquatic.
So 149.7 is that time to beat. Melbourne Vic Centre getting off to the best start thanks to Giselle Davey. Also swimming well out in lane 0, Bayside through Paris Burlock. Turning with those three girls is also Holly Neville in lane 3. So those three lead through the first 50. Holly Neville looks like she's just moved just
Vic
ahead
Centre
of the Melbourne
might be in
Swimming
front.
Club. And Melbourne lead ahead of Melbourne Vic Centre with Bayside in third.
25.75, that is quick.
Fantastic changeover from Melbourne Vic Centre has put them into the lead.
Yeah, it was a good change over there.
Second leg. So
Sienna
Sienna
Shepherd
Shepherd
in the water.
has done some fantastic underwaters here. Now starting to move through.
Oh, what an underwater, though.
Third.
How good was the underwater, though, from Sienna Shepherd there? Broke out at about 12.5 metres.
So now it's first Melbourne Vic Centre, second Nunawading, third Melbourne Swimming Club. at the halfway
Oh,
stage.
Good changeover from Nunawading though. Isabella Boyd in the water. We know she's super quick. And I reckon Vic Centre is still hanging on just to a slight lead. However, the MLC is really coming here.
Charlie Millard putting
is
out
coming
a
in.
fantastic leg.
It's
and
really
she's
tight between all four of these
four
teams.
as we
I can't
enter the
pick a winner
final
at this stage.
changeover.
Here we go. Oh,
It is just Melbourne Vic Centre
by
ahead of the
.006.
MLC with a tie for third between Nunawading
Oh, it's
and
a good
Melbourne Swim
changeover
Club.
once again from Melbourne Vic Centre. Their changeovers have been awesome. Shani Underwood in the water for Nunawading. She's going to finish strong.
Fantastic
Vic
underwater
Centre,
from
Madeline
Melbourne Vic
Doyle.
Centre. Madeline Doyle is going to hold on for Melbourne Vic Centre and take this title
She is
out.
gonna take it
in
out.
a time of 1:45.21 ahead of Nunawading and MLC in third.
Whoa, what a finish. Well, that was pretty hard to beat that one. 1:45.21. All right, so 2 events left of the night. Event 93, the boys 13-14, 200 medley relay, 4x50.
We have 4 heats. Behind the blocks is heat 1. So the timekeepers are just getting the ledgers ready for our swimmers. In heat 1, in lane 2, we have CGGS Aquatic A. In lane 3, Yarra Plenty A. In lane 4, Peninsula Hurricanes A. In lane 5, King Swim Club A. Lane 6, Flyers A. And in lane 7, Kangaroo Flat A. So this opening heat is all represented by A teams as our technical officials help our timekeepers set up our backstroke ledgers for this medley relay for our 13 to 14-year-olds. Good that we can just catch our breath after the excitement of those relays.
I was just taking a moment there to relax and reset. That was a great last heat there. And once again, though, you can see how those really good teams, how they nailed all 4 of their changeovers. 3 changeovers, I should say. And I think it seems like that's really the difference. So the speed between the teams is pretty similar. It's just those small little things that you can do that take off half a second off each 50.
So the opening heat is in the water now. So a reminder in our medley relays, our order is backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle. Backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle.
So let's have a few technical things here.
I think we're just double checking that we don't have a team in lane 4. Self-marshalling is fantastic, but with a group of teenage boys in a relay, making sure they find the right lane is not always guaranteed.
I can tell you for a fact, if I was a 13-year-old boy, I would have missed many races.
So is where our technical officials are just double checking that we didn't have a team in lane 4 to give them that final chance to arrive before we start heat 1. And it does look like we're just going to have the 4 teams in this heat.
All right, underway. Here we go, heat 1 of 4.
Starting well on this side of the pool, both Flyers and Kangaroo Flat. Now coming through in lane 3, Yarra Plenty. So I'm going to correct that. Starting well was Kings and the Flyers, because also we don't have lane 7 swimming.
Yeah.
So we have 2 teams who unfortunately missed it in this race.
And look, they might have missed it. Coaches' reasons. They might have thought they don't need to swim it tonight. They might be saving them for another event tomorrow. It is a long day. It's a tough meet. It's quickly jam-packed over 3 days.
So Yarra Plenty is now in the lead as we move towards the halfway mark of the breaststroke leg. Ahead of Flyers and Kings in third. A nice stroke rate on Phoenix from the Yarra Plenty, and has extended his lead out to 4 body lengths as we approach the butterfly leg. He does lead through for Yarra Plenty. And it's a nice tight battle for second and third between Flyers and Kings. The Butterflies, Flyers and Kings are going stroke for stroke out here in lane 5 and 6. 4 body lengths behind Yarra Plenty. Starting to move through is CGGS Aquatic with a fantastic butterfly leg, and they're going to challenge for second. It's all tying up again now, and all swimmers are going to enter the water in these opening 3 teams within the second half.
This is going to be a really good last 50 between these
gone
3
from
teams
4th to
here.
1st in that butterfly leg, followed by Kings, Yarra Plenty in 3rd, and Flyers in 4th. Coming strong through the middle now again is Yarra Plenty as they look to make back their ground that they lost in that butterfly leg. CGGS Aquatic turns first, just ahead of Kings, but coming strongly is Yarra Plenty.
I think Yarra Plenty going to hang on
Yarra
here.
Plenty is going to take this out. They started off fast, and they're going to finish fast and take this opening heat out in a time of 2:19.75.
All right, there's our time to beat, Nick. 2:19.75.
With all those teams swimming well and truly under their entry time.
Under that entry time. Well, easily under that.
The coach can't account for the excitement of a relay.
Nah, you swim 3 seconds quicker in a relay. That's a fact.
So we move on to Heat 2 now. In lane 0, Ringwood Swimming Club B. In lane 1, Ballarat Gold B. In lane 2, Fermac Aquastars A. Lane 3, Warrigal Swimming Club A. Lane 4, Haileybury Aquatic A. Lane 5, Maccabi Ajax Swimming Club A. Lane 6, Laverton Wyndham A. Lane 7, Melbourne Big Centre A. And in lane 8, Northwest Aquatic 18.
Looks like a good start there from lane 6 there. Laverton Wyndham.
And also going well, Northwest Aquatic in lane 8. Those two lead through the first 25. Just ahead of Maccabi Ajax in lane 5. But Northwest has moved into the lead as we approach the last 5 metres of this backstroke swim. And they will touch first after the backstroke leg in a 30.56 ahead of Laverton Wyndham and Maccabi Ajax in 3rd.
Moving through the middle of the pool there is Haileybury in this breaststroke leg. You can see them there, Oscar Gasherney moving through. They're in second place though, but still out wide next to us here. It looks as if though it's Northwest Aquatic still in front here in lane 8.
Northwest do continue to lead, but the battle for second has got tight between 5 teams. Melbourne Vic Centre, Laverton Western, Maccabi Ajax, Warrigal and Furbank all battling for second. Melbourne Vic Centre has now moved into the lead just ahead of Northwest Aquatic.
Warrigal in third.
Warrigal in 3rd. Good changeover from Melbourne Vic Centre has extended that slight lead they had over Northwest Aquatic in this opening part of the butterfly leg, with Warrigal consolidating their 3rd place in this opening 25 of butterfly. So Melbourne Vic Centre now out to a body length lead over Northwest Aquatic. Those two teams have cleared out from the rest of the field as we approach the final changeover. Melbourne Vic Centre enter first.
Great middle 100 there, haven't they?
Ahead of Northwest Aquatic and Warrigal in 3rd.
Oh, good breakout there from Vic Centre. They're a bit of a lead
Northwest
now.
Is coming though and challenging them, pulling up to their shoulder.
Warrigal in 3rd here, but also in the middle of the pool here, Haileybury coming through. They might be in a battle for 3rd, and Furbank over there in lane 3.
So Melbourne Vic Centre is going to take this heat out. Will Northwest hold on for second? Because it's strong charge from Furbank over in lane 2. It will be Melbourne Vic Centre who take it out just ahead of Northwest, who hang on for second ahead of Furbank. So our new time to beat after the second heat was that time posted by Melbourne Vic Centre, 2:06.33. And they finished ahead of Northwest Aquatic with Furbank in 3rd and Haileybury in 4th.
All right, moving on to heat 3 of 4. So in lane 0, we have M1 Swimming Club. In lane 1, West Melbourne Propulsion. Lane 2, MLC Aquatic. Lane 3, DVE Aquatic. Lane 4, Melton Swimming Club. Lane 5, St Leonard's College Swimming. Lane 6, Bayside Swimming Club. Lane 7, South Gippslands Bass. Lane 8, Ringwood Swimming Club. And lane 9, Surrey Park B.
Making some final adjustments to our backstroke ledges for those of you who got it caught up in the excitement and forgotten that time from the previous heat.
What was
206.33.
206.3.
206.33. That's what the boys in this heat will be trying to post so they can enter the hot seats.
Exactly right. A bit like Eddie McGuire on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, is it?
It's a bit like our cycling time trials.
Yeah, the velodrome. You've been watching a lot of the Com games, I can see.
Definitely. So heat 3 is now in the water.
Alrighty, great start there in the middle of the pool there from Melton.
Club.
Yeah, Melton. Alongside them, though, also St. Leonard's having a good start as well in lane 5.
So Melton lead over St. Leonard's, and in third place, Western Melbourne Propulsion.
Over there in lane 1. So, but it's going to be Melton leading through this first 50 here. This will be interesting to see how the changeovers go.
So Melton lead ahead of St. Leonard's, and in third place, still Propulsion, just ahead of DVE.
Oh, great breakout, though, from St. Leonard's. It was a good changeover. But Melton hanging on to that lead. The swim speed's been really good here.
And they've extended their lead in the opening 25 out to a body length lead through this first 25 of breaststroke. With Western Melbourne Propulsion pulling up alongside St. Leonard's and Bayside making a strong breaststroke leg.
Now,
Bayside has moved into second.
I didn't notice it was Bayside because I didn't see that there was the white cap, so I couldn't tell who it was.
So
there
Melton touch first, Bayside in second, Propulsion third as we enter our butterfly leg. Melton's still out with a body length and a half lead over both Bayside and Propulsion.
Yes, so this is a strong lead for Melton now. The question is, can they hang on to it? Great underwater, though, from Bayside. It's a good push off the wall. I tell you what, Bayside are really coming here. We could find them neck and neck coming into this last 50 of this freestyle. And I'm tipping that Bayside might actually tip in front.
So
here we go.
Just Bayside ahead of Melton with Propulsion maintaining third.
Oh, good breakout, though, from Melton again.
And so Melton have regained the lead in the first 25 of freestyle. Just ahead of Bayside, finishing strong over in lane 1. Propulsion not really giving it out. So Melton has consolidated their lead in that opening 25. Bayside is fighting hard, but Melton will take out heat 3. Melton is going to take out heat 3 here in a time of 2:00.60, ahead of Bayside with Propulsion in third. So it is now Melton's turn to sit in the hot seat as we move on to our fourth and final heat of our event 93, our boys 13-14 200 metre medley relay. 2:00.64. 2:00.64. Behind the blocks is heat 4 in lane 0, Geelong Swimming Club A, lane 1, Ballarat Gold A, lane 2, MLC Aquatic A, lane 3, Canberra Grammar A, lane 4, Nuttawading A, lane 5, Melbourne Swim Club A, lane 6, Nuttawading Swimming Club B, lane 7, Campbell Grammar B, lane 8, Surrey Park A, and in lane 9, Melbourne Swimming Club B.
All right, here we go. Just got those entry times well under the 2 minutes.
Fantastic start from Surrey Park.
Yeah,
and now going to lead. George has done, as he's done all night, really good on those underwaters. And he leads through the first 25 and looks to continue to work the underwater work again.
Well, he set his team up perfectly here with this backstroke leg.
Coming through in the middle are Nuttawading and Melbourne Swimming Club, but Surrey Park will touch first after this backstroke leg in a 27-4-3.
It's a solid lead too. It's about a second lead.
Nuttawading in second, Melbourne Swimming Club in third.
Oh, great breaststroke though there from Nuttawading.
That is Harry Heath, who's now moved into the lead after the first 25 of breaststroke.
Melbourne are closely in second.
Really good split stroke from the Surrey Park to keep themselves in that battle with Melbourne Swimming Club for second. Harry Heath continues to lead for Nuttawading as we approach the breaststroke to butterfly changeover. So it's Nuttawading in first, Melbourne Swim Club second, and Surrey Park in third.
Oh, great underwater again from Nuttawading. You can see their breakouts have been awesome off these relay changeovers.
Now coming into the position for third is Campbell Grammar over in lane 3. in this opening part of the butterfly leg. So Nunawading continue to lead, a bodily clear.
Campbell coming through here.
And they've comfortably moved into third in this butterfly leg as we enter our freestyle leg. Nunawading enter the water first, followed by Melbourne Swimming Club and Campbell in third. So it is all Nunawading here.
I wanted to take this one out here. Campbell comfortably into third place there. It looks like Melbourne's going to hang on to second.
A really strong swim by the Nunawading quartet as they're going to take this fourth and final heat out in a time of 1:49.32, ahead of Melbourne Swimming Club and Campbell Grammar in third, with Nunawading B team in fourth and MLC in fifth. We will now move on to our final event of the evening, event 94, the girls 13-14 200-metre medley relay. We have 5 heats. Behind the blocks is heat 1. In lane 3, we have CGGS Aquatic. In lane 4, we have M1 Swimming Club. In lane 5, Ringwood Swimming B. In lane 6, Flyers B. And in lane 7, Laverton Wyndham. We do have a full complement of 5 who appear to be behind the blocks, which is fantastic to see. As we just make a little bit of a touchpad adjustment over in lane 1, as the touchpad appears to have fallen off the wall. So our technical officials are just making a bit of a correction to make sure that is firmly in place.
5 heats this, Nick. It should be a good way to finish the night here.
So while we fix that touchpad, we'll just have a slight pause. Chance to catch our breath, as we don't want to lose the touchpad into the water before our last event gets underway. It appears they are satisfied currently with the touchpad, as our opening heat enters the water.
All right, we're underway here, Nick.
We just had a swimmer go rescue a pin for that touchpad over in lane 1. But a nice even start here in heat 1 with all 5 teams neck and neck. Maybe M1 slightly ahead as we go into that first turn.
It's pretty even, though, across the field, Nick. I can't really pick it. Maybe, yeah.
Best of the turns, M1, and probably just pulling out just to a tiny little bit of a lead. So M1, quarter of our body length clear as we approach the backstroke to breaststroke changeover. So M1 in first, Ringwood second, Flyers third after that opening leg. M1 extend their lead, but getting a really good underwater portion of the breaststroke leg off the start with CGGS Aquatic. And they've now moved into a battle for second with Ringwood.
Oh, it's dead even between Ringwood and M1 here.
So now Ringwood has moved into the lead ahead of M1 with CGGS Aquatic in third. So Ringwood looks to extend their lead at the 100-metre changeover. So Ringwood in first, M1 second, CGGS in third. In our butterfly leg, looks like M1 and CGGS is starting to make some ground, and so is Laverton Wyndham down here in lane 7. The opening, these 4 teams are now back to how they were at the start of the backstroke leg, neck and neck. So M1 holding on to a slight lead. CGGS Aquatic is now starting to challenge them and also challenge them down here in lane 7, Laverton Wyndham. Laverton Wyndham do touch first, just ahead of CGGS Aquatic, and M1 in third. Laverton Wyndham maintain their lead off that changeover, but now moving through into the lead is M1. And CGGS has retaken second place. as we continue to have changes in this opening heat. A great battle, different legs, different clubs have been in the lead, but it is going to be M1, our early leaders, who are going to take this first heat out in a time of 2:21.93, ahead of CGGS Aquatic, with Ringwood storming home to finish third. Behind the blocks, we have Heat 2. In lane 0, D5 Swimming Club A. In lane 1, HC Swim Club A. In lane 2, Surrey Park Swimming Club B. In lane 3, South Gippsland Bass A. In lane 4, Gisborne Thunder A. Lane 5, Oasis Otters A. Lane 6, Swimland A. Lane 7, Geelong Swimming Club B. Lane 8, Flyers A. And in lane 9, Furbank Aquastars B. So our time to beat, posted by M1 from that opening heat, 2:21.93. So let's keep an eye on the scoreboard to see if a new leader will emerge from this second heat.
So we haven't got anyone there in lane 3 by the look of things. So South Gippsland have pulled out of this one, Nick. Good start though out wide next to us here.
The Flyers out to the early lead after the opening 15 metres. Now starting to move through on our inside, Geelong and Swimland. Also swimming well for the first 25, Oasis Otters. But swimming well over the far side of the pool. Surrey Park's now taken over the lead, and they look like they're going to extend their lead for the remainder of this backstroke leg and touch first heading into the breaststroke.
Might be coming up as well. It might be Geelong in second, is it?
So Surrey Park lead ahead of Geelong with Oasis Otters in third.
All right, and good leg in the breaststroke here from MLC. You can see them. Is it Oasis? Sorry, Oasis Otters. Sorry, I got the caps wrong there.
So Surrey Park continue to lead. Making their move now is Gisborne Thunder.
Pretty even for between second, third, fourth there, though. But Surrey Park have a nice handy lead here heading into this freestyle leg now.
So Surrey Park are going to lead at the end of the breaststroke as our butterflies are on the block ready to go. Surrey Park lead ahead of Gisborne Thunder in second, with Swimland into third. So Surrey Park are holding it out a body length and a half lead at the early stages of this butterfly leg. Swimming really well at our butterflies from Oasis Otters. And they're moving into second.
Gisborne are right in it too, though, between those teams. You can see them, the three of them are tight in a bunch there between Swimland, Oasis and Gisborne.
So Surrey Park continue to lead, but now Oasis Otters is closing that gap down.
Yeah, you can see
and they're going to touch in front
I think Oasis,
into this last
I think you're
50.
right. Oasis will touch. They're going to lead this one through.
So Oasis Otters ahead of Surrey Park with Swimland in third.
Oh, great underwater from Oasis Otters as well there.
But Surrey Park is storming, and I think they may have moved up alongside Oasis Otters and into the lead of that last turn. Fantastic underwaters again by Oasis Otters. Surrey Park has moved back into the lead.
It's tight. It's hard to pick the winner.
Fast meters. Oasis Otters is responding, and they might get the touch here on the wall.
They do.
Oasis do take it out.
0.1 of a second.
2:17.42.
2:17.4. There's our time.
With Surrey Park in second and Swimland in third.
Now I think they're about to do some presentations soon, or are we doing the next heat? No?
Next heat. Next heat. All our relay presentations will be done at the conclusion of our swimming for tonight. So we'll be finishing with 4 relay presentations as we move on to Heat 3 in Lane 0, Ivanhoe Aquapower A. Lane 1, Northwest A. Lane 2, St Leonard's A. Lane 3, Melbourne Vic Centre B. Lane 4, Shepparton A. Lane 5, Melton A. Lane 6, Cheltenham A. Lane 7, Western Melbourne Propulsion A. Lane 8, Ringwood B A. And in Lane 9, Ballarat Gold B. So 2:17.42. 2:17.42 from Oasis Otters is currently sitting in the hot seat. As Heat 3 into the water. Again, the volume starting to rise again of the crowd.
Yeah, as we get down these final heats, it always gets super exciting. All right, they're underway here. So a good break out there from lane 4 from Kira Shaw there from Shepparton. Also out there having a good first 25 is Northwest Aquatic with Emily Tulik. I reckon she might be leading through that first 25.
No surprise, she put a good 200 backstroke together
it was
earlier
great
today.
underwater 2 off the turn. She is going to lead through this first 50, followed by Shepparton, followed by probably Cheltenham out here in lane 6.
So Northwest ahead of Shepparton and Cheltenham in third.
Oh, the all-important breaststroke leg here, and Shepparton moving back through now, mate. I can see that possibly Northwest Aquatic might be still leading, though, at this turn.
St Leonard's is the big mover in the opening 25 as they've moved into the top 3 positions. It's come up in the lead.
What a
after
split
the
stroke
split
that
stroke.
was.
So St Leonard's are going to lead after the breaststroke. Shepparton's holding on to second with Northwest now in third. So as we enter the butterfly, it is St Leonard's in first, Shepparton second, and Northwest third. Now battle for third with Ivanhoe, Aquapower and Melton also challenging.
It's been a great swim, though, from St Leonard's. That breaststroke leg really set them up nicely into this butterfly and into this freestyle. This is going to be a handy lead heading into the freestyle now. It's going to be hard to catch them in this last 50.
So St Leonard's at lead ahead of
2-second lead here,
with Ivanhoe Aquapower now in third. But a fantastic changeover by Melton has moved then back into third.
Yeah.
So St Leonard's still is leading, and he's going to take this heat out ahead of Shepparton. The real battle.
Melton is coming, though. Melton is coming,
and Melton is storming home.
I think Melton can almost get to silver here.
St Leonard's going to take this heat out in a 2:10.89. Shepparton just holds on for second ahead of Melton. So now St Leonard's are sitting in the hot seat after 3 heats of their time of 2:10.89.
2 heats to go here.
We move on to heat 4. In lane 0, Essendon District Aquatic A. In lane 1, Ballarat Gold A. Lane 2, DVE A. Lane 3, Loretto Aquatic A. Lane 4, Traralgon A. Lane 5, Bayside A. Lane 6, Nuttawading B. Lane 7, Western Aquatic Academy A. Lane 8, Doncaster Templestowe A. And in lane 9, Warragul A.
Alrighty, Nick, here we go. 2 heats to go now.
As lane 4 enter the water. And the crowd hush.
Yep. All right, we're underway here. Looks the best of the starts out here from Doncaster, I think it is. Out here in lane 8, had a great start, but also middle of the pool, lane 4. Emily Aturi there from Traralgon had a good start. We'll see who leads. I think it will be lane 4, Traralgon, leading us through that first 25.
Strong underwaters again from Doncaster as we approach the final 10 metres of this backstroke
really well
leg.
this second 25. So it might be Bayside actually gets them on the touch here, or is it Doncaster? We come down the wall, we see here.
So
there you go,
Bayside ahead of Doncaster with Traralgon in third. Getting a really good changeover is Nuttawading though, and they've moved into the lead.
Yeah, great changeover from Nuttawading. They dived in behind, but they nailed it on the momentum coming in.
So Nuttawading is leading just ahead of Loretto with Ballarat Gold over in lane 1 starting to come into contention. And Ballarat Gold has probably moved into the lead in this breaststroke leg. Just ahead of Nuttawading and Loretto, and coming strong Western Aquatic Academy.
Ballarat
and
Gold have
Doncaster.
had a great leg out there. They're going to touch in front here, and it's a solid lead too. There you go, 2-second lead after that breaststroke.
Nothing between second to fifth though, as they all enter together. So Ballarat Gold got that slight lead. Now Loretto looks like they've moved back into that outright second place, and they're chasing down Ballarat Gold. Strong underwaters again from Doncaster to try and move back into this battle for the lead, because now it's a 5-way battle for the lead as we go into our final freestyle
really tight
leg.
last 50
Loretto
here.
Aquatic touch in front, just ahead of Nunawading.
Out wide here,
and
Doncaster actually in
third.
front. Doncaster actually touched in front.
I think that's a technical touchpad error.
Yeah, yeah, it might be.
Loretto back in front again and look like they are going to lead off the turn.
Nunawading going, Nunawading coming, and
Western Melbourne
Doncaster.
Propulsion and Doncaster. It's neck and
I
neck.
think Nunawading going to take it out
take
here.
this heat out just ahead of Western Melbourne Propulsion and tied for third.
Yeah, I think we have had a touchpad malfunction here.
I'm not sure if it was Loretto or Doncaster who got in for third, but out 2-11-1 from Nunawading. And that doesn't move into the lead. So we're still sitting on St Leonard's from that previous heat.
All right, so final heat of the night, final events of the night. This should be a good one here.
So now
Lane 0, we've got Melbourne Vic Centre. Lane 1, we have Surrey Park. Lane 2, we have Nunawading A. Lane 3, we have Geelong Swimming Club A. Lane 4, MLC A. Lane 5, MLC B. Lane 6, Melbourne Swimming Club A. Lane 7, Yarra Plenty Waves. Lane 8, Haileybury. And lane 9, we have Furbank.
again, the crowd quietens.
The
They
hush
know the
before
rules.
the storm. The calm before the storm.
And then once that gun goes, the volume will intensify. Lily Kosh in lane 4 from MLC, the best of the starters.
Great start
also
also,
moving
yeah.
down Alana McDuff.
It's tough.
So those two will be the early leaders through the 25 of backstroke. And moving into contention for Geelong is Jessie Steinem. So Lily continues to lead for MLC, with Geelong in second, and Haileybury neck and neck with MLCB.
It will
So
be MLC A, Lily Kosh out there,
ahead of
30.6.
and MLCB in third.
Well, this is going to be good. Pretty even across the field when you're looking at it, though, between lane lane 8, lane 4, 3 as well. I reckon Geelong is starting to make a bit of a move now. They're probably both equal second with MLCB.
So MLC A is maintaining that body length lead. MLCB is now moved into second. Geelong in
Nunawading
third.
also coming through in lane 2 as well. We can see Nunawading are coming through. But MLC A have got a handy lead after that breaststroke leg.
So MLC A in the water first, MLC B in the water second, and Geelong third. Could this be an MLC 1-2? Very rare to happen in the relays, but they're putting together a good challenge. MLC A leads by a body length and a half ahead of Geelong, with MLC B in third. So MLC A have extended that lead
It's
out
been
to
a great
two body
butterfly
length
leg
lead.
from MLC. Geelong are in second. I think Geelong are in second. I think Nunawading could be in third.
Tight for third between
it's
MLC
really close
B
now.
and Nunawading. So MLC A have got this under control. Geelong holding on for second, but a really tight battle between MLC B and Melbourne Swimming Club for third.
Geelong.
And you can't count out Nunawading.
Yeah, Nunawading are coming. I think it might be close to us.
So
Melbourne are
MLC
coming.
A take it
Melbourne
out
are coming
ahead
for
of
for
Geelong.
third.
Will MLC get the touch for third? No,
Melbourne do.
just
Yeah,
get the
you can
touch.
see Soapy Jacko is coming on the outside there.
So
With 2-0-1.
MLC A ahead of Geelong, with Melbourne Swimming Club in third.
Well, Nick, that was a jam-packed final couple of events there.
Yep. So fantastic action in the pool. We're heading off to 4 relay presentations now for those exciting action that we just saw.
We've had a great night, haven't we, Nick?
Oh, it's non-stop action.
It's been good. It's been good, and we're moving on now to the medal presentations.
So we're heading back to a couple of the individual events that we missed the presentations of. So this is event 87, the boys 14 years 200 metre butterfly. In first place was Eric He. In second place was Hamish Robson. I think the boys don't realise this though. We're doing the boys have jumped up on the metal dais for the relay, getting a little bit excited. So we'll move on to
As
the
you
relay.
expect, they're pumped.
We'll move on to the relay presentation. So in this, so it was our 13 to 18 freestyle relay. Nutter Wadding took this title out. The silver medal winners were MLC Aquatic, and in third place was Surrey Park. Some big smiles on the dais by all the boys.
All the lads up there.
Having a little bit of fun.
It's always good to see a packed podium with relays. It's great for culture, great for team camaraderie, you know, the squad culture. You know, developing a squad is not just like an individual sport, but you're a team.
Everyone loves a relay. Everyone loves a relay.
It's the best way to finish the night is swimming with your mates.
There's a number of those boys who have got medals during the meet, and I guarantee you their smile now is bigger than when they got their individual medal.
I'd agree with that. So now we're moving on to event 92, the girls 13 to 18, 200 metre freestyle relay now.
This was a absolute barnstormer.
That was a cracker. So Melbourne Vic Centre took out the gold medal.
They may have been the fastest swimmer, but they don't seem to be the fastest at getting on the dais.
Yeah, they're a bit slow behind.
They are now arriving, so Melbourne Vic Centre took out this title just ahead of Nutter Wadding Swimming Club, who take the second.
Followed by MLC there in third.
It looks like some of the boys are doubling up for MLC to collect the medals.
Yeah, I can see the big tall lad, Toby McCormash there. It's a pretty tall female.
So Lindley Frame is still presenting all these medals. So that's a great honour for these swimmers to get presented by a former world champion.
All right, Nick, and then we've got event 93 now. The boys 13-14, 200 medley relay.
I'm going to guess we're going to have to give them a few seconds
Before these guys get their photo.
To get over there, do the photos of the ones currently there. As the 13, 14-year-olds will be new to this medal receiving process.
Yeah, well, it's been a couple of years. I was going to say, it's been really good to actually get medals back on pool deck, crowds in, like, you know, short course racing again. Short course is fun. You know, it's not the serious season, but it's a lot of fun, and it's great building block for when you move into that main season.
It's serious fun.
It is great fun. I think everyone loves short course more than anything. All right.
So we are waiting for our Nutter Wadding boys in that 13-14 4x50 freestyle.
Wadding taking out the goal.
And they've now made their way to the dais. Our
Melbourne.
silver medalists were at Melbourne Swimming Club. And in third place, and winner of our bronze medal, Campbell Grammar.
All hell's breaking down on pool deck here. I don't know what's going on all around us.
Some of our swimmers are still learning where they're
The
allowed
rules
to be
of
on
pool
pool
deck.
deck.
You always listen to the rules.
Yes, so
I think over the years you and I have learned we learnt the hard way, I think, about the rules.
never walk in front of the AOE room.
Exactly right. Well, I got in trouble, I think, before I was running on pool deck. So even myself, the commentator, can get told off still. No one is ever safe from being told what to do.
As we rightfully should be told off.
Exactly right. Yeah, I shouldn't have been running.
Okay, so we're now moving on to our final medal presentation of the evening for event 94, our girls 13-14 200-metre medley relay. We're just waiting for the boys to vacate the dais before
I think they're
we
liking
can.
themselves up there. I think they want to hop down.
It's been about 15 minutes up there now.
Let them have their photo. Let them have their moment. I don't mind it. Own it, lads. All right, hopping off now. They've been told to get down now. Moving on to the girls now.
So our state champions and winner of the gold medal is MLC Aquatic. They're just getting through the crowd of boys to make their way to the dais.
Almost under that magical 2-minute barrier for the medley relay there, 2:00:01.
Our winners of the silver medal
Geelong.
from Geelong.
Geelong Swimming Club are just improving week to week, aren't they, at the moment?
And
Becoming
our
a really
winners of
big
our
powerhouse.
bronze medal, Melbourne Swimming Club.
Well done, girls. Well swum.
So that will conclude this evening's swimming events. It was an action-packed night of finals.
It was a great night.
Some fantastic swims, fantastic races, lots of personal bests.
Almost saw a couple of records there go down. Some long age, some records from 10 years ago. Olympic record swimmers, So that shows how fast some of these guys have been going tonight. We've got one more day to go tomorrow, another jam-packed morning, and then obviously a big night of finals. Should be good fun.
We will look forward to you joining us from 9 a.m. for the two pools in action tomorrow morning's heat session for our third and final day of Victorian Age Shortcourse Championships.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Until then, goodbye.